because I'm like, well, just as long as I get there safe, like I really don't care. Like,
well, that's what submission is. That's what submission is that you.
Down that I think everybody is at some point deserving to receive love and to be even into marriage if they do aspire for marriage.
I believe that society shapes how we view things and how we look at things in our life.
Make your own bed. That's basically what Kevin Samuels is saying. His delivery is what people kind of throws people off. But basically,
aggressive or like violent, like where I think toxic masculinity is
no offense to men, that they also get this idea that, you know, women are just going to take care of them and everything is going to be like easy.
A domestic violence shelter, and he brought her up to be, you know, a $25,000.
Hell yeah, you need to judge in dating. It is what it is. You know, you can't not judge people just because you feel bad about it. Like, you need to know.
As much as I love my daughter, there are some harsh realities and some things that her mother and I teach her in order to help her to understand. And
like, I'm sure everyone knows a woman that, you know, had sex all the time.
What's going on? What's going on? Welcome back to the CKQ podcast. I'm your host, Clements. And before I go ahead and introduce the panel, we're going to have a bow tie speech. We went with the bow tie. Yeah, we went with the bow tie. But let's get on to the panelists. Our amazing panel. We got Chris.
Hi, everyone. My name is Chris. I have a channel called The Blooming Ebony and also an Instagram called The Blooming Ebony.
I don't have the sound effects yet. No! Yay! All right. We got John.
Hey, John. I'm John. You can find me on Black Wall Street Trading LLC on YouTube. You can also find me at behavioral_consultant on IG or John 8770 on Instagram.
Hold on. You gotta give Chris hers. Don't forget. Last but not least, we got Danielle.
Hello, my name is Danielle. You can find me on Instagram at Fly Nurse My Wife and on YouTube at My Sister's Keeper.
All right. Panel, you saw the questions. You know what's about to happen. So let's get to the first question of the night. Should your partner accept you being friends with an ex? Should your partner accept you being friends with an ex? Chris.
I knew it. I tried to avoid eye contact. Sorry. Sorry about that. Can you still see me and hear me?
Yep, you good.
Okay. No, I don't think he should do anything. If he's not comfortable, he's not comfortable. I think it's that simple. I think it makes sense as to why he may not be comfortable, but I don't think he should do anything. Yeah, so I'll keep it simple now.
Keep it simple. Okay. Danielle?
Should your partner accept you being friends with your ex? Do y'all got kids together?
Do y'all got kids together?
Yeah,
No.
I mean, people with kids do break up.
Yeah, that's true. How about an answer for either? How about that?
Well, if they got kids, they better be friends. If you have an ex,
Actually, yeah, that's true. That's true. That's lame. No.
And
kids.
you're not friends with them, I'm gonna look at you kind of weird. Like, y'all ain't gotta be best friends, but y'all gotta be cordial enough because y'all got kids to raise.
Facts.
They gotta be adults. Without kids, you don't have to do anything. It's like, no, if you're not comfortable with it, then absolutely not. But y'all gotta be like into y'all relationship. You can't just come in demanding something like that because y'all don't even know what y'all gonna do.
Big John.
All right, so if you don't have kids is like a no-brainer, right? And should your partner accept you being friends with your ex? They should be confident in your relationship. You got some people who just are not. I mean, it just depends. They should be I'm gonna say that they should be comfortable with you being friends with an ex, and you should be mindful of how you're being friends with that ex and to what level. You understand? But if they're not, I mean, oh well. She don't want me to be friends with you. She don't want me to be friends with you. It's a wrap. It's a wrap.
Can't be friends with an ex. Yeah, I feel like that was a no-brainer. Guys, I'm sorry. That was a lazy question. That was a lazy question.
That was a good question, man, because this comes up all the time. Like this comes up all the time. What? Man, friends at an opposite.
I feel like it's a no-brainer though. Like it's a no-brainer. Like obviously it's like no, like that's
no, it's not.
I guess
because I got friends that ain't going nowhere. Like period, and they female. They ain't going nowhere. I got female friends that just ain't going nowhere. And although they're not an ex, we could have started out as we most likely started out either sexual or intimate or trying to be intimate or trying to be a thing. And we decided long before you ever came around that we were just gonna be friends, and we maintained that friendship because we had an opportunity to be something more. And we both figured out that it's not gonna work. So we just became really good friends. And now we done got to the point to where we're just really good friends and we enjoy it, and they just ain't going nowhere. So period. Like, it's just not gonna happen. And if you can't accept that, I mean, something wrong with you. I would be more likely to choose my friend over her insecurities.
But wouldn't it just be like natural jealousy that you'd want to, like, I don't trust you going around that guy that you used to sleep with. Like,
well, you don't need to be with me then. You need to reevaluate how you feel about me, because if you really care, then you really trust. And if you really don't trust, then you really don't care as much as you think you do. Because you don't trust me. How can we move forward if you don't trust me?
But that's
how can you say I love you like I want to marry?
So are there parameters though? How about that? Are there parameters to it?
Yes, parameters. Depends on how long y'all been together. Like, what's y'all real status? Like, are y'all really just having sex and y'all just having exclusive sex so it feels like a relationship? Are y'all in a relationship? If you are in a relationship, what level are you in this relationship? Like, have y'all discussed marriage? You feel me?
If you're discussing marriage, obviously, then no, like,
be a level of trust.
I don't know. I just don't think that's something you should have to put up with that.
So in a marriage, I don't care how much I trust you. If I'm not comfortable with you being around somebody and you would rather choose that person over me, then I'm not your wife, because nobody should be before me.
I see. That's a whole different context.
No, it's not. Anything that I'm uncomfortable with, or anything that my spouse is uncomfortable with.
You said a spouse. We're talking about a girlfriend.
He said if y'all talking about marriage, and so
we're talking future together. We're not married yet.
Oh
but
yeah,
we're talking
I mean, yeah, that changes. What I'm saying is that changes the dynamic of the question. Like if you dating somebody or you talking to somebody, then nah, that ain't gonna happen. Because just like I don't know how this relationship is gonna go, I already know about this relationship. We're friends. I know that I can count on them. I know that you may not have even proven yourself to that level yet. You feel me? So a friend who I used to have dealings with, but we became friends, that's different. That's totally different. But if I don't went ahead and married this woman, then nothing comes before her. Like nothing. Like nothing don't come before her. Period. At all. Only thing come before her is God. Outside of God, don't nothing come before her.
This is a little segue question. But do you think people like truly know how to be married?
No.
Like
most people don't know how to be married.
Do you think? Because I'm someone that wants to get married, but sometimes I question it because I'm just like I don't really understand like how much I'm going to have to subject myself through to make this thing work with someone else.
The easier,
you know what I'm saying? Because I don't think it's. I mean, what do you guys think? What do you guys think about that? Like, is marriage subjecting yourself to someone else? Is it like?
I think marriage is submitting yourself to someone else, and so what you're gonna do is what you need to do to maintain that relationship. It's not really a big too much to think about. You just want to make the person happy. I think if you really love a person, you might have boundaries and something that you're not willing to do. But I don't know. I don't think it's really much that you wouldn't do. I think it will be okay. As long as you truly want to be where you're at. Because if you want to be where you're at, you're willing to do what you have to do to be there. As well as your spouse. Like, it's not just you. It's going to be things that you don't like. Things that person will have to change. The heck is going on? Okay. Yeah. So I think that both of you guys just have to be willing to do what you have to do.
All right, so I got a question. Mm-hmm. When y'all get together, what changes need to be made? Like, give me an example of what you mean when you say change. Like, because change is one of the reasons. Change is one of the things that it seems like to me that adapting and accepting is more than changing. Because changing, and depending on what it is, just don't occur. And if it needs to occur, it may not get to work. It may not work. So can you clarify that a little bit?
You know what,
Danielle?
Let's hold off a little bit. Let's
change. I mean,
we're gonna come back to the comments, but can you clarify what you were saying?
About the change part.
I mean, what one person will require it's not the same as what another person will require. So it's not really something that you can clarify. That's something for your spouse to clarify.
Nah, I mean, clarify what you meant by change. Like, give me an example.
Like, to change something, whatever it is that person is not comfortable with. It might be a behavior. I don't know what it could be.
But shouldn't that have occurred when y'all was dating, before y'all got married?
Maybe.
And that's where
addressed. But see, that's where people get with the wrong people. This is actually the point I'm trying to make. When we're dating, by the time we get to marriage, I'm everything you want. There ain't nothing I have to fix, change, or nothing, or alter. But maybe there's some adapting and some adapting and accepting we have to do on both parts. But you should already figured out if I need to change something. Like, maybe this dude ain't for me. But I'm not gonna go to marriage.
That not change?
I'm gonna change. Huh?
is adapting to something not changing?
No, it's called accepting it. You ain't got to change the behavior. You just accept it. You
For
don't
me to
like it. You just
accept, for me to accept the behavior, I have to change something about myself to accept something. That's
not
still
necessarily.
change. No, that's change.
You're
Really?
just accepting it. No, it ain't. What you gonna have to change?
You don't have to change.
I have to change my
Accept-
mindset about whatever it is that I'm irritated about.
Okay, so like if I like blue, if I believe that a man's home should be in neutral colors, and you get married and she want to paint your shit with light colors, and you don't like that, but it makes her happy, you just accepted the fact that but you still don't like it, and it don't change. Like it ain't nothing changed about it. I just don't like it. I don't agree with it, but whatever makes her happy, cool, no problem. I got it. But I would never do that. It wouldn't be my first go-to at all. Like, period. So yeah, I might have to, like, what my mindset ain't changed. I still believe the same way I damn believe. But my desire to please her and let her do as she will, because I also believe that decorating the house is more, I'm gonna let my wife do that. Not me. You know what I'm saying? Because if I did it, she ain't gonna like it. This shit gonna be just like a nigga would do it. Like straight man, everything.
All right, hold on. One quick second, Chris. Hold that idea. Please don't forget it. I just want to address the comment section real quick. Seek advice from a man, CKQ. That's fair. I got to seek advice from a married man. I'm a happily married man doing exactly what he needs to do. Because that's not something that's really common. You don't really see a lot of happy marriages, in my opinion.
You don't. You don't.
Yeah,
Ego too much in marriages now.
Yeah. So it'd be tough to find one if I can find one, but when I do, I'll hold on to them. Hold on to them tight. That now makes you the smartest potential husband on earth. Oh, thank you. That's heartfelt. You got a troll. I did. Wow, that gum Martians. Okay. Just ask yourself, what would I do for Klondike bar? And apply that. I like that. Now, relationships are a dance. The tempo and swing changes along the way.
Mm-hmm. So you got to be able to shift and move. Take and give and trade off. That's what I'm talking about. Like when you go to talking about change, that is something that brings some issues into it, because you got a person who has potentially been living 35, 40 years, 28, whenever you get married, right? And they do this. And you asking them to change. Okay. Well, quite naturally, they're going to want you to reciprocate. Well, while we at it, I don't like this about you. Okay. So how the fuck did y'all if it's an issue, how in the hell did y'all get through this whole relationship? That means that there's a bigger issue in your relationship if y'all talking about this just before marriage. Why? Because you don't communicate well.
A change doesn't have to be something that's so big like that. I think you're taking this word change and just like amplifying it to a point that it doesn't have to go. You using different words to say the same thing I said. You're saying a trade-off. You're saying a compromise. You're saying an adjustment. And all those are synonyms for change. You're going to do something different than what you actually want to do. You're going to choose making your spouse happy.
I think it's the mentality behind it, though. I guess it was more the mentality behind. Actually, you know what? I'm sorry. I never got to Chris.
Chris.
Yeah.
Maybe because Chris would probably like shed some light.
I totally forgot what I was going to say before, but I think behaviors change. You can't change someone's like DNA, their likes, their dislikes, because a lot of that is based on their personal experiences. You know, their preferences are typically shaped by their experiences and outside influences, these internal and external things, and you can't change that about somebody. But at the same time, you can change behavior. You can change general behavior, because a lot of the behaviors I think that we have are geared towards making our lives as simple and convenient as possible. But when you're married, you're not just focused on making your life as simple and convenient as possible. Your goal is to make the lives of the people of your unit as convenient and simple as possible. Like, and it's not even just about making your spouse happy, because you can't make anybody happy. That sounds more like codependence. It's interdependent. So your goal is to make yourself to reach the maximum amount of happiness you can give to yourself, which is only about 80%. People think they can make themselves 100% happy, but that's very lonely. You need other people. You need social interaction. You need companionship. The other 20% you get from somebody else. But that 80%, you can't rely on somebody else to fill. So you can't make somebody happy and you can't change who they are, but you can change certain behaviors. For example, a woman can learn how to be more dependent on her husband. And that's a huge shift in her mindset. It's a huge change because she has to shift so many behaviors. She has to shift her attitude. You know, it's a tough transition to make. And it's a form of evolution, even though it's in a small amount of time, but it still requires change. She's not necessarily changing her preferences are based on years of experience that have certain emotions tied to it. But for the most part, she is changing certain behaviors that do not benefit the parties involved, being either her husband and or children.
I wonder if naturally women can do that easier than men can because of biology.
No, I think men do it easier than women do, because I think men are typically more reactionary. And so men's behaviors typically change based on the satisfaction of the people in the household. That's why femininity is so important. That's why not nagging your husband is so important. That's why having trust in your husband is so important, because his behavior is greatly based on his environment.
Greatly. Like greatly.
Like women are
greatly.
Yeah. Women are expected to be flexible, but men are more so
how they are.
They kind of
rigid.
Like very well.
We go from here to here to here, like depending on really how. Okay, I'll give you a perfect example. A woman can shut down a whole husband's work.
Hold on to that example real quick. Sorry, let's do the comments real quick. OMG, the house example is so good. I think that was John, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he made a house example. The idea that I should be what you want before marriage is kind of hard to pull off. Yep. That's why better or worse is in the vows, because a really, really hard time can change a partner's spirit. Ooh, that is good. Change a partner's spirit. That's a good way to put it. That's a very good way to put it, because it's your spirit. Your spirit is essentially what holds you into that marriage.
Yeah. I mean, it's an excellent way to put it. I mean, but you got to know you marrying the motherfucker who's going to honor those vows. Like, this shit is way deeper than I like you, you like me, let's get married. It's way deeper than that. And the behaviors you need to be looking for are way deeper than she cook, clean, and fuck. Like, you got to really know, what are you getting yourself? What is she? What is her? If you don't believe in something, you will fall for anything. That's why so many children are being influenced by social media, because they have no real core beliefs. Why? Because there is no more church. Church is dead. No one goes to church. No one cares. Like, the amount of people who used to go to church versus now, it's like
you're preaching again. Hold on.
87%.
Wait. Stop preaching. I know you can preach, goddammit, but we got to do the comments, all right? But that was good. Change equals 10. Thank you. Some good beards on the screen. CK, how old are you? Random question if you don't mind. Oh, I'm 29. Yeah, I'm 29. I'm an old man. I agree, Stina. Wait, those are options? What do you mean by that?
I don't know.
If you could clarify what you meant by that, that would be good. Someone had a really good example. John, I think it was you. You had a good example.
What?
Damn it. You forgot it then.
I talk in
The color of the
example,
house is what you said.
The color of the house?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
Cooking.
Oh no! He said those are options in marriage, bro.
Hell
Then you say like, listen,
I said, you better know what you're marrying, bro. You better know what you're marrying. That's all I can say, bro. You better know what you're marrying. You just better know what you're marrying. You better pay attention to other behaviors. That's all I'm saying. There's other behaviors that's gonna give you key insight. It's gonna give me key insight to whether or not I'm gonna marry you. It's gonna give me key insight into what I'm gonna marry you.
would it be about self-respect? Like, I guess the more you respect yourself, the less you're willing to tolerate in a bad relationship of anything.
Yeah. The less you respect yourself, the more you're willing to tolerate. The more you respect yourself, the less you're willing to tolerate. Absolutely. In any relationship.
Yeah.
Especially when you're confident. Like when you're confident, it's either gonna be this, or this, or it's gonna be bye and bye. Or bye and block. Whatever needs to happen. But whatever.
Yeah, I think it's like the less that you question yourself, the less that you'll tolerate. Like, I think a lot of people have general values. Like a lot of people, don't let someone beat you. Don't like there are general things that we all know you shouldn't do in a relationship and you shouldn't tolerate in a relationship. But I think what typically happens is people question, like they start to question those things. Well, will this person get better? Can I handle this? Is my situation different? When you're more firm in what you're believing and your core beliefs, like John was saying, I think that's more so what it is. And I think self-respect comes from staying true to those core beliefs and kind of earning that over and over again. Like, okay, I stuck with this. And so the respect for myself kind of goes up.
Mm-hmm. So your respect comes through accomplishments. The more you accomplish, the more respect you have for yourself.
Yeah, the same as giving respect to people earn respect. They're not born with it. Over time, as they do certain things that you value, you tend to respect them. It's the same with yourself, in my opinion.
So I'm going to throw this question then to the panel. Should men and women believe in love? Should men and women believe in love? John?
Yeah, you should believe in love. Love is a real thing. You just gotta know how to pick the right people to place in your circle to engage you in that regard. Like you can't just put anybody there. And you can't just, go and think just because they the opposite sex to you, if you're heterosexual or whatever your preference is, and think just because that person paying you some attention, they gonna love you, or that y'all even need to love each other. When you keep doing that and living with that false mindset, that's when you stop believing that love exists, because you're putting yourself in a bad situation.
Damn, I want to answer back so badly. Chris.
Answer back, because that's how you forget what the comments were.
That's true. That's fair. So what I meant by when I asked this question, like, what I meant by this question, should men and women believe in love, is you can love someone as much as you can, but if you're not, you can love someone and still be broke, and they'll just leave you. Like if you're not doing what you need to do to keep them satisfied, you can love them all you want, but that's not gonna do it. That's not gonna cut it. You gotta love them in the way they want to be loved, not so much how you want to love them.
Say that last part again.
You have to love them the way they want to be loved, not how you want to love them. So everyone experiences love, right? Everyone experiences love in their own way. Not how I express love might not be the same way you will express love.
Right.
I want to express it a certain way, but you might not really like that way. I might have to express, or you know what? Just put it this way: love languages. You have to learn someone's love language.
Yeah.
Yeah, and sometimes that love language might not always be compatible.
Mm-hmm. Which goes back around to everything that I always talk about. Dating is when you find all this stuff out. Stop worrying about impressing somebody and start worrying about more in choosing the right person based on how they respond to their environment, and pay attention to that. How do they talk to their mother? How do they talk to their father? How do they treat their friends? How do they treat homeless people? How do they treat poor people? How do they respond when there's a threat? So, perfect example. I'll give you a perfect example. You're out and you're talking and you're on your date, right? Y'all been
Okay.
dating for like 6 months. Okay, she comfortable. 7. Let's go a step farther. Let's say 8 months, right?
Okay.
You're talking to friends. One of her friends asks a question, she answers for you. Her friend asks a question again. She's talking directly to you, but she answers for you. Y'all get ready to go home. Y'all about to get into the car. Strange dude walks up. She addresses the situation. What do you have? Tell me what you have.
She
Is this the
addresses.
woman that yeah, the strange dude walks up and she addresses the situation. Excuse me, may I help you?
She just picked a fight for you. That's what she did.
Now, what kind of person do you have?
A combative one.
What kind of person do you have overall? Is that a woman that she cooks, she gives you sex? Is she a wife for you?
For
she
me,
might be a
personally?
wife for somebody. Yeah, is she a wife for you? I know she's not a wife for me, and I can tell you why. But would she be a wife for you? And what behaviors can you identify in that scenario that are all red flags?
She essentially placed herself in danger, in my opinion.
Nah, that's not the only time. Why was she answering for you? When her friends were talking to you, why was she answering? Why was she even talking? They weren't talking to her. They were talking to you.
She's controlling.
Right. That's one thing. She wants to control the situation. She wants to control the narrative. So everything, a lot of behaviors in your relationship are going to be centered around her being in control. She's a feminist who has accepted a man. And I'm serious. She believes that y'all are on the same playing field. She does not believe in your role, really. Period.
Okay.
And she does not look at you and treat you like you're a man. She has no business answering anything for you. Like, period. At all.
Well,
but see, but see how you overlook. I'm not picking on you, but see how you just disregarded
listen, that's fine. I'm perfectly okay with it.
No, I'm just saying, but did you see how easy it was to disregard that whole first part of the scenario? That was the main part. The fact that she was talking for you. This is why people just don't know how to pick. They don't know how to pick spouses. You don't know to look for certain behaviors. You don't look for how nice she's been to you, how many times she's been sweet, how many times she gave you a blowjob, how many times she gave you some ass. Just what she's supposed to do. The hell? She's just doing what she's supposed to do. If she want to keep you around, if she wants you to have sexual interest, but how does she behave in other ways? What are those minute, those passive behaviors that she does? What does she do? Because those passive behaviors let you know what her greater mindset is.
So if that relationship actually works with that person, then so then what? Like you say, that's not a wife, sure.
Not for me.
Not for you. Okay.
It's a wife for somebody.
Yeah.
Not for me. You got some dudes that's passive.
Mm-hmm.
And she might be more attracted to this dude because why? He's easier to control.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And she may never, you can't say that she's going to cheat on him because she don't want to ruin it. He may be easier to control and he may be boring, but that makes her happy because she gets no feedback. She gets no pushback. She can run that house how she wants to. She can be the man and the woman of the house because that's what makes her happy. So her being with this passive man.
So you're saying
okay.
because verbally she takes over, that means that she dominates everything?
More than likely. If she's verbally taking over, interrupting, addressing strangers, strange men walking up, she's a controlling person. She's going to control a lot of her environment. That's what she just did it all night. She's been controlling like all night. Look at you remember the video? You remember the video that went viral when the black dude ended up almost fighting this white woman that knocked the man out at the gym?
Oh, the one that, he got clocked.
Okay,
yeah.
That's her. That's her. I promise
fair.
you, not only do I know that for a fact that's her, because when the black dude was talking to the husband, she intervened. She said something.
Mm-hmm.
She said something. She answered for the husband. That's how you know. Then when he went a step further, she jumped up and got in dude's face. Dude pushed her out the way and then knocked the husband out. And then she started fussing at the husband. She's controlling. She controls that house. She controls the narrative. He just sat there. See how long it took for him to get up?
I think there's different
dynamics.
Video? I think there's different dynamics. I think there definitely are different dynamics where she can still voice her opinion. It doesn't really mean much. She can still say what she wants. She could still. I'm not gonna lie to you. I didn't really pay too much attention to the beginning part because it just.
Nah, I did. I watched the video over and over and over and over and over. And I analyzed it and I studied it and I knew a lot about that. I learned a lot from analyzing that video. I know that woman is controlling. I know that she yells at this man. I know that she puts him in his place.
Are we talking about that YouTube video?
We talking about that YouTube video.
Yeah, oh yeah. Well, I mean, that's a different type of relation. That's a controlling woman. No, that's a difference.
And the same behavior is what I was describing earlier. It's very similar. When you would ask a question, she responded. You asked another question, she responded. Dude walked up, she didn't like the way he walked up, she addressed the situation. At some point, when is she going to let you exist?
Mm-hmm.
Look at it from that perspective. And then why does she feel the need to answer for you? Why does she feel that urge? When somebody asks you a direct question, why does she feel like she needs to answer? Y'all been dating for 8 months. Ain't like y'all been living together for 29 years. Married for 30.
Was it a scenario that I missed?
Married for 29. Say what?
Was it a scenario that I missed?
Never mind, Clem. You missed. This is a whole scenario. We're still talking about the exact same scenario that I described when we first started down this road.
Okay. I lost my train of thought for a second. Okay.
You lost your complete train of thought. You went off the track. Yeah, you had a wreck.
I'm still here. Don't worry. I'm still with you, man.
All right. Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you're just coming in, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more content like this. Great talks, great conversations. The ladies that will never shut up are always there. Especially the top left one. Shout out to CKQ Podcast. Shout out to the panel, Knowledge and Relationships. We are in the building. Shout out to you guys, Mr. Best in the World. Shout out to you guys over there. Thanks for stopping by. Okay, well, we actually got a lot more to catch up on. Wow, you guys are really lighting up this comment section. When the man treat Madison. Well, that's your Tina Turner. You believe in God, you believe in love. We believe in God, you believe in love. In the religious aspect, yes, but we're still humans, all right? And we are still weak at the flesh, right? And I don't know.
If you believe in God, you believe in the ability to love.
The ability to love, yeah. Mm-hmm. I think that's a hard one. That's a hard one, in my opinion.
Nah, because it tells you exactly how you should love. And that is why no one knows how to be married. And that is also why people don't know how to pick. Because they everybody want to take church and state and separate it. But when they talking about the government and church, okay, that should be separated. But when you talk about how you should live, you should have a very strong religious dynamic in your life. And if you don't, everyone who don't, I've always seen that they're not really happy. And they don't really have structure in their life. And they have questions about a lot of different things. Like in relationships is the main one. I was talking to my homegirl the other day, and she ain't like what her dude was doing. I said if he was a man who was godly, you wouldn't have this situation, because he know he should cleave unto you and not cleave unto his mom and his dad.
Leave and cleave.
You leave and cleave.
Yeah.
He would know that. And if he was a godly man, he would practice that. That's what Madison talking about. Like, you know this. Like, it tells you how to live a happy marriage. It tells you how to pick the appropriate woman. It tells you how to pick the appropriate man.
I guess for me, the way that I was introduced to religion just was not a positive outlook for me. Mm-hmm. So I just never saw it as something that I want to keep trying, want to keep practicing.
And that's cool, but that's why I say seek ye own knowledge so that you find yourself approved. Learn for yourself. They say learn for yourself. You don't have to go to church to learn.
True.
You learn for yourself.
True.
It's just basic instructions before leaving earth if you're looking in the Bible. If that's your thing. And it gives you a lot of instructions. Some of the best advice is right there. A thumb flip away. You don't have to go around, hallelujah, praise God. Lovely day today. Thank you, Jesus. He woke me up, y'all. He woke me up. You ain't got to act like that. You just study your word, read. That's it. Learn. That's it. I want to pick a wife one day. What should I pick? Proverbs 30. Give you the whole blueprint. Proverbs 31. Give you the entire blueprint. She should be independent to a point. She should lift your name up so that you're not embarrassed among the elders. She should know how to plan. She should know how to take care of the house. All of this. All of that is in there.
In the Bible, huh?
Yeah.
Huh?
So if you know that a woman who is not spiritual, neither one of these people I'm talking about, I don't do all that. I don't read. I don't do all that. I don't do that. But then you faced with a situation that God shows you exactly how to handle it. You got a man who will not leave and cleave. And that's a problem for you. Well, damn. Ain't that something? How that work? That's crazy how that works. The problem that you need solving says it is right there. And the overall problem is you married the wrong nigga. That's the right problem. Or you with the wrong nigga, I should say. In her case, they ain't married. You with the wrong dude. His mom and his dad are more important than you. He will never leave and cleave. You're wasting your time. You're wasting your eggs. You need to go on and save them eggs before y'all mess around and have some babies. Not let that man invade your womb, and go find you a man who has good balance between Christian and still being in the world. Because if you got a problem with a Christian man, it's because you're a worldly woman. That's all I'm gonna say about that.
That was a nice preach. I think I do understand what you're saying. Seeking the knowledge on your own far outweighs what was, I guess, ingrained as a child. As bad as an experience as it was, you should be seeking knowledge because it's good for you.
It's good for you. It tells you, teaches you. It's a good mentor.
That's not bad.
Half the advice I give anybody who loves so much came straight out of the Bible. Like straight out the book, just straight out. I just didn't put it in the biblical terms. I connected it to real life.
Something to think on. But we are going to wrap up this topic. Should men and women believe in love? Did everyone go? No. I think only John went for this. Chris, what do you think of it? We went off on a big tangent on that one.
Yeah. So I kind of forgot what you kind of gave like some background for the question.
Should men and women believe in love?
Yeah. You gave
the love languages. It eventually became the love languages. Like how you want to love is not always how someone else wants to be loved. And sometimes you get with someone and you could love them, but you just don't know how to show them their way of loving, I guess. It's just not something you can do. So, should men and women believe in love? Is it an actual thing?
Yes, love is an actual thing, but love isn't what we think love is. A lot of people think that things are like love is a major driver in relationships. A lot of people think love is an emotion. I don't really think a lot of researchers really even know what love is, which is very interesting. Love, what sucks about, this is a really complex question. So, short answer, should men and women believe in love? Yes, but they shouldn't believe in love in the sense that they should weigh their relationship strictly on love. People should believe in love and the existence of love because they have to understand the strengths and the weaknesses of love. For example, I really struggle with the idea of love languages. Typically, the idea of a love language is to make someone feel wanted.
What would you say is the one big weakness of love?
That it blinds you. It make you kind of make dumb decisions because of the way that you interpret your feeling, the way that you interpret your feelings about that person. So, I have to think. So, you can come back to me if you like.
You want to think on that a little bit more?
Yeah, because love it's very complex. I always read up on it, and it's really hard to find an answer on what love is, because there's like back and forth about whether or not love is an emotion or not. Mm-hmm. And some say no. Very rarely do you find something saying yes. But the idea behind love is that it's typically not as high up on a pedestal as people think it is, even though people think that they can sense it or they can feel it or they can give it in many different ways. Is typically not love that they're feeling. They're just associated with different either positive or negative emotions or
Okay.
experiences.
So love just sounds to me. What you're saying is love just sounds like a lot of different actions, feelings, emotions. It's a bunch of those thrown together, and
Yeah.
that's what's love. But love isn't exactly something of its own.
Yes, people. So the biggest mistake people make is people try to use love as like a form of logic. Like they try to reason through things.
Okay.
Love, and love is completely independent of any reason or logic. There's nothing logical about love, but people try to put a lot of weight on the idea of love. So that's why people should believe in it, but they should believe in it only to the sense that they should understand that it has strengths and it has weaknesses. Strength could be, if you can tie love to like to emotions during sex, if you can tie that growth, that dopamine and the emotions around love, that can be a major strength. But at the same time, it can also be a weakness because it can also lead you to not see the red flags of that person because you have these strong positive emotions towards them. It's not actually tied to the love itself. You think that it is, but it's actually tied to dopamine and other actual scientific logical things. So it's really hard to explain. It probably made no sense, but
yeah, because
it made sense to me.
Yeah.
You were damn, I was actually about to ask a question about it because I didn't 100% agree with that.
I do.
I didn't 100% agree with that.
And I can explain it.
Well, what else?
What was the last part that you said? It was literally the last part that you said. I was kind of like, I don't know if I okay, so you said tying love to sex, and that could kind of lead you down a bad path, which is good. I agree with that part, that portion of it. But what I didn't like, there is no positive. It doesn't sound like there's a positive to it, though.
No.
You say you get attached to different things, but it can't always work out well.
No, it's like flipping a coin.
So attaching love to something is flipping a coin, essentially. It's a 50-50 on it, if it might actually work out positive for you or negative.
Yeah, like there's no solid answer. There's proof to it. There's no. That's why people put a lot of faith in love. It's like they let a lot of things ride in love. They gamble on love. Well, I guess you can't really say gamble, but they gamble on love because they do believe that the odds are in their favor, but it's independent of any of that. Like it's not. There's no reason behind it. There's no logic behind it. It's not a driver of success, and it's not a driver of failure.
John, you were gonna say you agree with that. You want to explain why? Actually, I'm sorry. Hold on.
Yeah.
Wait. Sorry. Hold on to that. Danielle, should women believe in love?
Yes. So you wrote this question, but then you talked about a love language.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's okay. So we should believe in love.
Okay.
To love something is one thing. To be in love is another thing. And a love language is a whole other thing. Those are not the same thing. You can love somebody.
But in love to me is just a moment. To be in love with someone, it's just a moment.
Being in love is something that comes and goes, but still to be in love and to love aren't the same. You can love a person and never be in love with them.
I agree with that.
But you can love a person and be in love with them, and you go in and out of that feeling of in love. A love language is something that you do to show that person love, the way that they see love.
To me, so everything that you said definitely made a lot of sense. Like the fact that love can be applied and used in so many different aspects it makes sense. But should I believe in something that it still just can be easily taken away and kind of leave me, destitute a bit?
Yes, because if you don't believe in love, you're never going to fully live. You're going to walk around like a zombie. You will never feel fulfilled. Like, who want to live afraid? That sounds like fear. That I don't want to love
not
because
wanting
of
to
how it
believe in
could
love
leave
is
me.
fear?
How you sound, the way you putting it sounds like fear. You saying, should I believe in that because of how it could leave me? That's a fear. Like you don't want to walk around like that. And then saying that it's a flip of a coin, and that there's no that it's like you can't guarantee positive. And for me, I don't know, the way I look at everything is everything is positive.
Okay.
Because so when you get into a situation, whether it works out the way you thought it would or didn't, you should have learned something from that situation. And if you've learned something, is that not a win? Because then the next time you try, you should know how to avoid that thing. Every failure should bring another lesson to make your next try more successful. So it's always positive. Now, your feelings behind the thing that happens could be negative. You could have a negative feeling. You could be hurt, sad, disappointed, upset. But it should be still positive. I'm happy I went through that situation because this is what I learned from that. And since I learned that, I'm not going to do that again. So not only did I learn something, I learned that I'm not going to put myself in that situation again. So that's all positive. And I think that love is a feeling and an action. It's something that you feel. So obviously it's a feeling. But it's also an action because after you feel it, you showing it to that person that you love. So it's not just one thing.
I do agree. I definitely agree with. I never looked at it that way. That that's fear based. If you're thinking, I don't really want to have to put myself through loving someone. To me, it just seems more like. What?
Thank you, Miss Diana. Diane.
To me, it just seems more like strenuous effort. As bad as that sounds.
Love is strenuous effort. It is a lot of work.
Yeah.
Because you're not that person. You can love a person, but you're not that person. And you have to communicate with that person. That person has to know themselves. You have to know yourselves. And you guys have to know how to communicate the things that you're needing. What you're feeling. You have to be able to understand what that person is saying. But the longer you with the person and the more you do it, it's like a muscle. It should get easier. You shouldn't have to always explain it
correctly. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that comes with. So love is communication.
Love is a lot of things. It's not something that, and I think it's hard for people to explain because they try to just nail it down to
finite into like one tiny little concept. Yeah.
But it's so infinite. It's not something that you can just. You can't make it so small because it's not that.
Chris, I can see the smoke coming out of your ears over there. Like, what's up?
Love is just very complex. Like, the girl in me that's going to like love and be all romantic and stuff, like completely agrees with Danielle, like the gooey part of me. But the other is like, it makes no sense. And, I like the gooey part of me more. But like, when you really think about it, what sucks about love is that it's just not measurable. And this love is something that also doesn't really take. And so that's the thing, is that everyone's definition is so different, because love doesn't generally take effort. Making someone else believe that you love them is what takes the effort.
Oh, okay.
You can love somebody and they cannot feel loved at all. For example, there are so many children who have parents that work all the time, and those parents work because they're trying to provide a life for their kid. But then those kids don't feel loved because they didn't receive that attention. But those parents love those kids, but the kids couldn't receive it. But
It's not something tangible that they could hold.
That the love wasn't given doesn't mean that it wasn't offered. And that's where it gets very complex. And that's why relationships have so many more elements outside of just love, in ways that I think love comes to fruition, because again, nothing about it is logical, and your relationship has to have some form of strategy. Love language is a strategy to make people feel wanted and desired. But you can't make somebody feel loved. It's just not possible. And I think that's why so many divorces happen, is because people try to make people feel a certain way, and it's literally impossible to make anyone feel any form of, if you want to put love in an emotion category, any form of emotion.
Somebody can make you feel loved.
They can.
They can make you feel loved, but not loved.
Yes. They can make you feel loved.
Loved with an ED, with a D at the end, yes.
With the E and an ED. A person can do both.
Someone can make you feel loved, but just because they don't make you feel loved doesn't mean that they don't love you. That's where it gets complex. And that's where it's like not just the love, it's strategy. You have to have logic behind it. That's not love, it's logic. Every step that you make, you're consciously thinking about it. That's the effort. But it's not love.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And then you have to ask the question, is love the driver of that? And there's research on that. It's yes or no. I don't know. I haven't looked into that data completely, but it's so complex. And there's so many questions. Again, the gooey part of me is like, yeah, make me feel loved. It's possible. But then when you try and connect the dots, it doesn't make any sense. And then you look into what are the drivers in marriage, what are the drivers in divorce. If love drives either of them, which one that it drives more? If it can be a driver, and it's just
love is not enough to sustain a relationship.
No,
a relationship is not just love.
That's what I said by the belief. That's why this question, I was like, people put a lot of weight on love because they think that, I don't feel desired by this person. I don't feel wanted by this person, so they don't love me. And they're raised thinking that they deserve this fairy tale where they feel like, I'm loved and I'm wanted, I'm desired, but no one can do that for you.
I like this. Love is patient, love is kind. It does not envy, it does not boast, it is not proud, it is not rude, it is not self-seeking, it is not easily angered.
And that's from the Bible.
Oh, look at there. Wow.
Keeps record of wrongs. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices in truth.
Look at there.
I guess the Bible might have some bars every now and then.
Bro, it's got bars throughout the whole thing. Down to how to raise a child. Everything.
And I don't think love is complicated. I think people make love complicated. I don't think it's complicated. I think people make all that thinking is what make love complicated.
Like love itself is not complicated, but when you try to explain it,
I think trying to explain. If anything, I think you have to think. I think that the fact that you think more about it would make you better at it because you're actually planning. You're actually making a plan on how I'm actually going to execute love. Love is an execution. It's not. It's not just a thing.
Love is a loving is
Well,
love
it's a
is
lot
a
of things.
learned love, and the ability to give love is a learned behavior.
Yeah.
And
Is
even
a
if you think
love
about how
is
you're
a
gonna give
learned
love,
behavior.
like that person that you love, like she said, might not receive love that way.
Yeah.
So you have to learn your person. You can have your idea, but you have to communicate with your person about what their idea is. And once you know what love is to you, and you know what love is to them, and she knows what love is to you, and you guys come together and communicate about that thing, then it is very simple.
I'm gonna show you how complex it can be. And it's simple when you got the right two people. But how do you get to that point? No. How do you get to this person should be with that person? How do you know?
You have to get to know a person. You have to know what it is that you're wanting and what they're wanting, and y'all have to come together and figure it out. You're not gonna know unless y'all together.
But how do you do that?
By speaking with the person, by being with the person. It's like I said, it's a muscle. You have to use it.
So you agree with observing the person, because I don't really care about talking with them. What about observing them?
I absolutely observe people. Like, I don't believe in testing because, I just think that that's ridiculous.
I think it's great.
I know what you think.
Yeah, I think it's a wonderful thing. Because I want to measure that behavior. I don't give a damn what's coming out their mouth. I want to measure that. If you say you a tough nigga, I want to see you go hit this nigga. I know he tough. I want to see you go hit him. I ain't got no reason to hit him. You don't need no reason, nigga. Just go fight him. You always talking about how tough you is. Go fight that nigga.
And that's why people are different, because I can't.
I can break my wrist. You know how easy it is to shatter bones in your hand.
Reasons.
Crazy.
Then my idea of him being a tough dude just went down to 50%. Because when in the situation, for him to show that he's tough, he gave me 100 different reasons why he shouldn't do it. Period. Now, could that be a good
person was comfortable in themselves? I think if that person was just kind of like firm and listen, I know I'm tough. I don't need to fight that person to prove to you that I'm tough. I know I'm tough. Then that should be good. No?
And that's what I'm saying. That's why testing don't work. Because a person like me, if I feel like you tested me, I'm going to fail on purpose.
Yes. I 120% agree with that. I hate being
tested. I'm going to fail on purpose. Don't test me.
Like.
So you go into, okay, so how do you separate? Now here, I'm going to take it full circle now. So here's how you get into a real bad fucking relationship. You get a slick mouth motherfucker who know how to say everything right. Okay, y'all been talking 2, 3, 4 fucking years. You feel like you know this person, but what you don't know about this person is that this person is reinforced by sex. Mainly, he don't know it, you don't know it, but you just willing to give it, right? This nigga might not love you. He might love the idea of sex. So to keep the sex around, every time you kiss him, touch him, hold him, you are giving him reinforcement. Does not mean he loves you. It means he loves your sex. If your pussy got injured in a car wreck, you might not have a nigga the next week. What? That's where we at here. This shit is real. It is very complicated, and you had better do an observation analysis. Fuck what is coming out that motherfucker mouth. You had better figure this shit out. You had better watch the small things that they do and try to figure out what bigger shit might he do based off of that. But you
And
can't
that's
go
why I
by
agree
what
with
somebody
observation, but
knows.
not testing. Because if you're just observing a person without testing, you gonna see how they move naturally because they're not being put in a situation to prove something. They're just gonna do what they do, and you're gonna see.
Yes, I agree with that.
But you can still
100%
test
agree
them
with
by
that.
put them in a damn situation that they're not aware.
Yeah.
By put them in a situation where they're just not aware about it. Like I might tell this nigga to come up and push on your ass and hit you. That's how I would actually test this nigga who think he's tough. I had one of my homeboys. Hey, look, I want you to jump on this nigga. He talk all this shit. He always say he tough. I'm gonna see if he'll fight you back. Now, dude get in his face, start talking, start shoving him and shit like this. And he start giving all these excuses. Man, leave me alone. Why you doing this, bro? I ain't trying to fight you. Oh, you ain't as tough as I thought you was. Bam! Crash. Because I put you in a situation. Now you had to respond and you couldn't. And you got to do dudes and women the same damn way. If she say, "Oh no, I respect," and then you hear on the phone, you get her mom to call up that she ain't talked to in 2 years, but she respectful, and then you hear her cuss her mom, slap the fuck out. Is she respectful? If you can't respect somebody who gave you life, bitch, you think for 1 minute I'm gonna believe you respect me? Oh no, I ain't do what your mama
I think
did.
you could do that with a close circle of friends. Like, all right, if for
You can
for
do
a
it with
relationship,
somebody
I think
you
that was different. But I think if you're talking like a close knit circle of friends, yeah, you put that close knit circle of friends through the ringer. But a regular acquaintance, just your regular people that you're meeting, someone you're probably going to hang out with, but not on a like regularly.
Yeah, I ain't gotta test them. I don't care
Yeah.
about testing them because they're just acquaintances. I'm
Yeah.
talking about a relationship. I'm talking about somebody who could potentially end up living in my house with me.
Oh yeah, I mean that's a big difference of a person.
I
Yeah.
promise you, she's getting tested.
The high value nurse CJ.
She ain't gonna know.
What do I owe the pleasure, my friend?
What up, man? I've been listening to y'all all while I was at work. I've been tuned in since the beginning. Very interesting conversation y'all having. I'm digging it.
Yeah. All right. So what's going on, man? What are you talking?
As far as first of all, let me say I'm really me and Danny are equally yoked on the love thing right now. I agree with what she's saying, pretty much 100%. As far as what John was saying about the testing thing, I don't believe in testing people, and don't test me, because just like you told your homeboy to go test that dude, now if the man kill your homeboy, you will have a bigger problem on your hands because you wanted to test him. And I don't agree with that. Don't test me. Things will work themselves out naturally. A person will reveal who they are in time, because you could test a person all day and then they pass all your tests. Then 2 years down the line, they do some crazy stuff to you.
For real.
So all the tests, that's cool. On a intellectual level, that's fine. You can write down all your check marks and all your red flags and all that good stuff. But it really don't mean anything, because time will reveal everything at the end of the day. All the tests in the world, you can do it, and a person can pass it with flying colors. People pass lie detector tests every day. So yeah, you can test them and you can get a general idea of a person, but don't test me, because I feel like Danny, I'll fail it on purpose.
On purpose.
Well, I'm coming at this from a whole different level, because if I test you, you won't even know you've been tested.
But still, though, why play games? To me, that's playing games,
one
though.
time and don't nobody know.
But still, why put yourself through that? If you feel like you got to test a person, what you with them for?
Well, why you?
What are you with them for?
Well, why evaluate them at all if you don't feel like you need to test them? Why don't you just marry them? Why evaluate them at all? Why observe or evaluate them at all? Just go marry them. Roll the dice. Bloop.
It's a difference between getting to know somebody genuinely and putting somebody through a test because you may be insecure about how they may do you. If I get to know you, for who you are and not doing it, and I'm not saying you insecure, but I'm just saying I get to know you for who you are and not trying to purposely put you through a test, then to me that's different. I think
the test serves a purpose. I think the test serves a purpose.
It serves a huge purpose, man. You gotta see.
So I agree with John on that part, that the test serves a purpose. But
why do people move in?
Not everyone needs to go through a test.
Why do people move in together before they get married? If you ask the actual person, if you ask the average couple, will you marry them but live apart until y'all get married? The answer is no. 72% will say no. But why? Because I gotta test it and try it out first. I want to see. I want to know. Because everybody know I could be on my best behavior with a motherfucking broad for 5 years. Easily. No problem. At all. Right? I can do but I know it's some shit that I ain't never told her. That's where niggas who are like players just ease in. They be getting blowjobs on the side. They be having side chicks and everything else. And this shit ain't new. This shit they been doing the whole damn time y'all was together. But he didn't come out and tell you, hey, and by the way, you know I got this bitch I've been fucking cross town. I hope you cool with that. Because when you get to knowing somebody, they only gonna let you know what the fuck is not gonna put them in a bad light for a long time. They're not gonna come out and just tell you. They just not. You know what I'm saying? They just not. But if you put this motherfucker in a situation that you just want to know about, it don't have to be something over the top, like I said as an example, right? Like testing this nigga like that, right? It don't have to be something so obvious, but it needs to be something subtle enough to where you can kind of gauge their behavior. That's all I'm saying. Pay more attention to how they behave and stop listening to what they say, because they only going to tell you what they want you to know and nothing else. And I don't care who it is. I don't give a damn if it was a priest. I don't give a damn if it was a convict right out of prison. Matter of fact, a convict is more apt to tell you the truth about their life than a nigga who ain't never been to prison. Because you know this nigga been to prison. He ain't no need of him lying about shit. Hey, look, it's probably going to be hard for me to get a job. I work out all the time. I'm probably going to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning. When you open the door, I'm probably going to wait for you to say it's okay to go out of that motherfucker. But I'm going to be real with you. You get a nigga who out here on the street, you don't know what all he been through. He could have been lied to before. He could have a low self-esteem. He could have a poor self-image. He could have too much of a damn positive self-image. Either way it go, if he got too positive of one, he's not going to do anything to fucking make that negative. And if he's got a negative one, he's not going to do anything to make it worse. Or you're never going to get him to believe anything better. This shit is complicated. It's very complicated. But when you observe the behaviors, the shit can be narrowed down quicker. It can be narrowed down easier and more and safer without you really putting yourself out there. Because most people, if you evaluate behavior on the first date, that ain't nothing. Second date starts now. If I was a woman, I would start loosening up so I can get this person to really be in his natural element. Like HR managers do it. I've seen HR managers come back, lean back, sit on the table like this. So, oh man, relax. I think you're tired. I just want to talk to you, man. I just want to talk to you. That's a goddamn trap. Because he don't want you to be, well, yes, sir, I graduated magna cum laude and this, I've got that. He can see all that shit on your fucking resume. Oh yeah, I don't believe in this and I don't believe in that. No, he want to relax your ass so he can get the truth out your ass. That's a test. People test people all the time. Anybody got a job has been tested. They just weren't aware they were tested. Because HR managers, a lot of them got degrees in psychology, and a lot of them know tactics that they go to these seminars and learn, and that is one of them. That's like a very good one, because they get your ass relaxed, get you start talking. Yes, sir, no, sir, goes out the fucking window, and you start talking way too fucking much. Investigators use it. Cops. Let's
CJ respond real quick. Let's CJ respond. CJ, you got something to say?
Well, I mean, it's pretty much the same thing. All them tests, and a person can still hide who they truly are. So, I mean, at the end of the day, it's a risk. I could pass every single test. Listen, people pass fake exams all the time. People get fake licensures all the time. You know what I'm saying? But it's a risk. At the end of the day, it's all a risk. So, I mean, I feel what you're saying. I just look at it when you
can never test someone enough.
Huh?
You can never test someone enough, kind of thing. Is that what you're saying?
I just think a person always gonna show their true selves in time. So I don't
Okay, you got
consciously
that
say
time.
I don't consciously say I'm testing a person, because if I'm consciously saying I'm testing a person, then that could turn into something else. You know what I'm saying? I'm always going to be testing at that point. You know, what if they mess up here? What if they fail one test and pass 3? You know what I'm saying? So to me, that's just, I don't know.
What the funk, bro? What the funk? How you doing?
What's that?
Could you do me a favor? Do you have YouTube playing in the background?
I'm losing. I'm doing good actually. Getting ready for this custody shit. So my YouTube game is off because now I got my kids 50-50 custody. But I just came from a stream with Melanie King about this topic, and she had a really good point. And I was kind of saying in the last 15 years, women have kind of gotten. Everyone says like women don't cheat or women cheat emotionally, and I honestly think that women have been kind of getting closer to the cheating the way that men have cheated. And now that we have this ADHD in our relationships, women have access to sex way more than men do. So women are having more, women are cheating way more than men are, but we still talk about the men who are always cheating. But in reality, women in general are getting closer and closer to having this kind of mindset where it's like, I can always have these other men on the back burner and always having this monkey. It's not so much the cheating that's the problem, it's the monkey branching and having the male orbiters around a woman. So when a man messes up, they're always there to, oh, well, whenever you do anything wrong, girl, it's not your fault. It's his fault. You're not tripping, that he's tripping. And that's why there's so much of a one-sided argument with this whole thing.
Yep, and then they reinforce their internal beliefs.
What's up, Bloomin'?
When you say women have more sexual access, you're talking about options because of like social media and that form of access?
Oh, absolutely. Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely, they do.
Mm-hmm.
Most men who get a woman are actually so happy to get a woman that they don't cheat. But you always hear about cheating. Most men who get a woman, like it's kind of like, yo, this is working, this is good. They don't want to mess it up. Most men end up cheating only after a certain amount of time, if maybe the woman has fallen off, or if the woman has stopped giving that affection and kind of the balance is off. But in the end, women have access to cheat constantly, from DMs, from where they go to work, to where they go to drink, to, let's not forget about in our Black community, there's a lot of bisexual in the Black woman side of the community, and that's why they usually give Black men being gay as an insult, as like the first, oh, you're gay. Our sisters have been bisexual for a very long time, and we have not had that conversation.
That's a good point. I gotta say, I've never thought about that.
I'd be high.
I felt like that would be a field.
I'm trying to figure out.
Say that again?
I said, I'd be high. I'd be trying to figure shit out. When I don't have my kids, I'm like, okay, let me figure this shit out. What is wrong with us? What is the programming that has been put into us? Like, listen, for 20 years, and
I always love to have you on.
It's programming.
You can share some of those thoughts. Always feel free to call in, bro. Because you do have some.
You guys are awesome. Your podcast is like, I'm waiting for it to blow up. Like you guys always have a very good. You have great questions, great dialogue. You just got to get seen. So keep doing what you guys are doing, and you got an all-star panel. My speaker, absolutely amazing. High value nurses everywhere. And bruh, you are always in these YouTube streets. Bloom and Ebony, you are like the quietest person who's making noise. And Dr. JR, you always bring the funk. So you guys keep it going.
Shout out to the panel. Shout out to you guys. All right, we're doing a good job. We're all out here grinding, killing it. So
give me hair tips. These kids are kicking my ass. Hair tips. I need help. Look at this. Look at this. Rice water ain't working.
Rice water. What? CJ, I don't think we dropped the question to you. Should men and women believe in love? To both you and What the Funk.
Yeah, if they want to.
If they want.
But
shit. Should men believe in love?
That's your prerogative.
I mean, if
okay, so because the way you answered that, it didn't sound like it was more of a positive thing. It sounded more like that's kind of an afterthought.
Listen, I don't think love is a bad thing. I think love is great. Love is easy to me, you know. So like, I feel like if two people are equally yoked, this shit is easy. Like, I feel like a lot of people be in relationships with people they don't really like. They just with somebody for the sake of being with somebody. But when you with somebody that you actually like and actually want to grow with, the shit is easy, bro. Like, I don't. I mean, at the end, love is such an abstract thing. You know what I'm saying? It's an idea. At the end of the day, I heard some people saying some people you can't use love as motivation, or I don't know. I don't want to misquote, but like, I love love. I mean, I'm in love, and you know, I don't think love is a bad thing. I think love is great if you love the right person.
Okay.
Hi, value nurse.
Yes, ma'am.
You know, I'm always calling you by your real name. I'm trying to learn how to use your little handle. I am so proud of you, bro.
Yeah.
Like, you have grown
She's
so much
like the happy
in
mama
this
right now.
section of your life since I very first met you. Right now, I am loving you. Okay, like you're a bomb.com.
Big up, bro. Big up.
Congratulations.
CJ's a bomb dude, though.
Listen, man,
CJ is a bomb guy.
After these panel discussions, I've grown to love. I've appreciated my woman a lot more because it's a lot of people out here that's really for the streets. And I mean, yeah, I'm not scared. I love my woman.
Right.
Yeah. So yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Stop it, Sister Steepa. Stop it.
No, I mean, because everybody on this panel, I actually know him. Like, I know him. I've met all these other wonderful people just on this computer. I actually know this man. He actually knows where I live.
Yeah, we stay like 15 minutes down the street.
Oh shit.
She just baked him a pot that he extremely loved.
I wanted to ask, you're on point. I think love is super, super easy. Like, if it sounds crazy, like when you can isolate, when it's just you and the woman, like, yo, the love works. It's great, but it's when the female friends come in. It's when it's like when everyone else comes, when the television comes in, when everything else comes in, that's where it kind of fucks it up. So do you find yourself, now that you are in love, do you find yourself trying to kind of isolate everyone away from it, or do you kind of like just let it be?
Well, I guess with my schedule, I'm isolated anyway. I don't move the same way I used to move, if that's what you're asking. Like, I'm not out here in the streets. I'm not at parties and all that type of shit. So like, I don't do that kind of stuff. But I mean, I think honestly, man, you just got to be confident in your abilities as a person, as a woman and a man, because I'm not scared of love, because I know that I bring a lot. So if a woman ain't satisfied with that, on to the next, you know, and I'll love somebody else. Somebody gonna get this love. So.
Have you loved and had it financially hurt you yet?
No. No. Love will never financially.
I think that's where a lot of the anger, a lot of men speak about love with. It's like when they love and then they get like their money taken away, or like, I think that's where a lot of the red pill rage comes from, is from a lot of the men who I think legitimately thought they were in love or were in love, and then it wasn't reciprocated. And at the same time, now they're paying alimony, now they're paying child support. And now I think that's where a lot of the rage comes from, was because their love has been something that's penalized them. And once a man is penalized because of love, it's hard for him to go back to it.
And that's why I asked, should you even believe, like, should you believe in love? Like, And it makes sense what Danielle said. The fact that like it's definitely going to be living out of fear if you don't want to try and produce love anymore. You're definitely going to be living life out of fear. But there's so much downside to it. Like if it doesn't go right, it really goes wrong.
That's because people love their partner more than they love themselves. I love me first before anybody. So if I love me first and I put myself as number one, there's nothing a woman can do that can ultimately take me down and make me, because I know every woman ain't the same. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
I love me first. And that's the
You got
thing.
to.
A lot of people be looking for love in other people because they don't love themselves.
Exactly.
So they depend on another person to have something to love because they don't love themselves.
Exactly.
So no, I had to learn how to love me first, realize how fly I am, so I can give all this love to somebody else. If you don't love yourself first, then it's not gonna work. It's not gonna work because as soon as that person gone, you're gonna be ready to kill yourself.
Yep.
If you don't love yourself, as soon as they leave, because a woman can break bad at any moment. You always got to stay in a position to be fly. Love is an emotion, and especially in women, it changes. A movie can alter the way a woman feels for the next week.
Yep.
So,
it can. It really can. You get niggas getting questioned. Like, boy, if you do me like that, I'll cut your goddamn head off. And they be for real too. Like they done got upset over some shit they seen in the movie. You ain't never did it, but the idea of you might do it is making her act a fucking fool. Abstract insertion, Clement. Abstract insertion.
Look, if you don't take care of you,
my cousin's man was cheating. Y'all ain't shit. I'm like, what's that got to do with me?
Not a damn thing, but in her mind, it's got everything to do with you because you a man. He a man, he did it. You a man, you gonna do it.
Hold on.
Y'all both light
on this topic of love. On this topic of love. Hold on, guys. Hold on. On this topic of love, I want to drop the next question in. But if you guys are just coming in, please hit the like button. Welcome to CKQ Podcast. And we are hopping on to the next question to the panel. Everyone wants passion, not love. Everyone wants passion, not love.
Mm-hmm.
People don't actually want love. Love is slow. Love takes time. Love takes effort. Love takes grind. People want passion. Passion feels much better.
Comes much quicker. Because it's typically associated with sex.
Love is a crock pot.
Love is a crock pot.
Love is a crock pot.
And passion is the air fryer.
Chris, what do you think of this?
Or it might even be a microwave.
I think people don't know. I think people get them confused. I think people get confused. I think passion is something that's easier to measure because we see more examples of what could be passion in entertainment. But I think we get passion and love confused. And that's going back to what I was saying before, whereas if someone doesn't feel passion, they're going to associate that with that person does not love them. And so I don't think so. I don't think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
John.
Do you think a man can be without passion?
Say that again.
Do you think a man can be in love with you without you giving passion?
Yeah.
I think so. Of course.
Yeah. You see it more in the older couples. The passion ain't there, but that old man will kill you about that fucking woman. Dead. And wouldn't think twice about it.
Yeah.
And when she died, he might die.
Broken hearts,
Yeah. I mean, you don't necessarily see the passion They done weathered the storm. They done been through the kid raising. I mean, you might hear her say, "Come pick up these damn drawers, you nasty motherfucker." Oh, fuck you, bitch. Hey, come watch this damn movie with me. I'll get to it in a minute. All right, fucker. You want me to bring you a beer? No, just bring me something to drink, though. All right. I'm going to cook up some popcorn, too. And I'm like, wait.
Walk behind them, smack them upside the head. Yeah.
And you looking and you just know that them motherfuckers right there will ride for each other. Do you hear me? They are a damn team. They done raised kids. They done been through it all. And they talk to each other crazy as hell. But you can't do it. You're outsider. You can't do it. They nestled in to themselves. So yeah, and I think, I had a couple on the phone the other day. 53 years they've been married. This woman, he told her, "Shut up while I'm on the phone. You see me trying to talk. I'm talking to a man. You don't talk with men speaking." Now you gotta understand, this motherfucker about 80 years old. He put her in her place. And you know what she said? All right. Then she was saying, "No, he don't need that. No, this, then the third. He don't know how to do it. Blah, blah, blah." Right? She got on the phone with me. Ordered him every fucking thing that he said he wanted. I said, "You've been spoiling him y'all whole marriage, ain't you? That ugly ass fool know I'm gonna get him whatever he fucking want. What else you want, Chester?" And she told him, I said, "This is the sweetest." I said, "How long y'all been married?" She said, 53 years. I mean, they argue like fucking cats and dogs, but she loved his ass to pieces. But now, that's about the only passion you're going to see, when they bickering back and forth, but they make up like damn near immediately. That shit didn't mean nothing. A young couple, a whole blowout. They done hung up everything. But that old weather storm
on Instagram,
couple,
Facebook,
they on everything, talking about what was just said, putting all these damn memes up.
Yeah.
When you on the phone, be quiet. You got me fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Like, they putting all this shit up
you
there.
Can't trust him when he XYZ.
Yeah. You airing out all y'all laundry like people dumb. They know who your boyfriend is because you've been forced to tag him on your profile in a relationship with. That's how they do it. And them OG couples, man. Shout out to all the OG couples. Cause that's some special shit right there.
All right, let's get to some of the other guys. CJ, what are we talking? Everyone wants passion, not love.
I mean, yeah, I think people want passion, but honestly, man, I think passion fades away because people become content in their situation.
Right.
Relationships become hella boring. It's the same routine every single day. You know what I'm saying? Men become complacent. They get fat. They stop chasing their dreams. They stop courting a woman. They stop.
Can there be any passion in that, though?
Huh?
Can there be any passion in that? Is it possible to have passion in that monotonous? I
don't think so. That's boring. Passion is not supposed to be boring, in my opinion.
Passion is like inventing shit, like spontaneous shit.
Yeah, it's the flame. You dig? Yeah. Like when you in a relationship, you playing one-on-one with the same person every day. And if y'all doing the same shit all day, every day, that's gonna get hella boring. So yeah, that's why there ain't no passion. This old couple, when I was on vacation last month, this old couple have been traveling for the last 50 years. And he told me, let me see, he was about 70. And he was like, "My thing still get hard for her." I was like, wow. He was like, "You know the secret?"
Shout out to that man. Shout out to his boner.
Yeah.
I'm still saluting.
What was y'all thinking before he said this?
Yeah, he was like, "You know the secret? We never stop moving. We never stop doing things. All people want to do is lay up, have her lay on her back, and you come, and that's it. That's boring, bro. Because sex gonna get old after a while. You gotta find something else to do to maintain that flame, whatever it is. I don't care if y'all play fucking Uno all day. If that's what excites y'all to keep it going, you just have to do things to keep the flame lit. To me, So yeah, I think most people want passion, but they don't get it because they boring. A lot of men don't know how to court women now. We've become so social media focused and incel like You don't even know how to take a woman on a date and
Where's
how
the
to
sound
talk to a
effects?
woman, how to have a conversation with her. So that's how I feel about that.
Get it, CJ? I'm
Where them
with
sound effects? That was.
Yeah, that was one of them.
Stop it. I'm just
A mic drop. That's fair. That's fair.
Stop it.
To you, CJ.
Yeah, baby. Yeah, yeah. Get it, Chris?
What the funk? What are you saying? What we saying? What we talking?
No, I think
Everyone
the
wants
gentleman
passion,
kind of
not
spoke.
love.
And I think the gentleman spoke on it, and Blumen also had a point. I can't wait to see what she says up here. But as far as I think they're absolutely right. Passion is easily transferred to other people. Passion is easily it's flimsy. Love is something that's harder, and passion is something that's I think it's the lust, and it is a part of the flame. It is a part of the foundation, but it can't be 100% the foundation, because then it's really not for you. It can be for anybody. When you have love, it's harder to get, it's harder to build. But when you have it, just like the gentleman was saying, after like a certain amount of time, you really know that you have each other. You have a great yin and yang, a great ping pong. That's the kind of love that we don't see. That's the kind of love that I think a lot of us truly don't even know that's what we want. It's absolutely amazing to be able to be that free with somebody and to know that you did all those great things, and it's reciprocated long term. But mostly we focus on the passion. And when the passion stops, when the passion slows down, we're ready to move on to another person because that person's tripping. So everyone does want passion, not love, because love is hard to build. Love is hard work. Love is hard to maintain, but it's probably worth it in the end to really build that.
It's a hard thing to
Bloom, you on mute.
There's no blueprint to it. But Danielle, everyone wants passion, not love. Tell me about it.
When I think of passion, the only thing I want passionate is sex. I prefer love. Love is the best. Passion, that's a lot of energy to exert and keep up. I think that's like, I don't even know if that's like a realistic expectation to have. I've never put a lot on passion. My focus is on love and communication, understanding and commitment, your duties to a person, not passion at all.
That sounds downright logical. And everybody.
Yeah. Sad part is, though, most people chase passion. We're in the world we live
because
in.
you cross it because you chasing that sex. Just like I said before, that sex is paired with a feeling, and you associate that with love.
You also associate with with being desired, and that's what people say. That need to be desired, and they confuse that with love, which is something that you can strategize to make love stable, maintain it. But passion is supposed to, like Danielle said, it's unrealistic to think that passion is something that you can maintain over a long period of time. It's meant to just be a strong burst of blank, whether it's intense sexual desire, intense emotion, whatever. It's meant to be short-winded, but people overrate it.
And they try to make it long-winded. They try to turn a short-winded. They try to take a short racehorse and turn them to a fucking long racehorse, and it just don't work.
They get addicted to the dopamine, that.
But what about like if somebody's passionate about a job and they can stay on a job that they're passionate about for 40 years? You can't treat your relationship the same way.
I mean, you can treat your relationship the same way because you can have passion throughout a whole relationship. I'm not saying that you can have passion forever. You can, but I'm just saying it's going to take for you to have that patience, you made the point. For you to have that passion, you're gonna have to do something different. You're gonna have to be innovative. Now, here's a key concept, right? What's gonna motivate me to say, okay, I've been with my chick 12 years, and for 12 years, we've been kind of doing the same thing. When we go on vacation, we go in the United States. When we go, I'm gonna do something different this year, and I'm not gonna do it on the anniversary. I'm just gonna do it out the fucking blue. I'm gonna book us a flight. We got passports. We're gonna fly to Germany, right? We're gonna fly to Germany, and we're gonna go over there in the wintertime. We're gonna spend Christmas in Germany. The kids is grown and gone, and this is our time. And we're gonna make love in one of the hotels over there. We're gonna fucking go on the cobblestone roads and watch this. Look at the lights. We're gonna ride horseback carriage and all this. You know what I'm saying? Like, what would motivate me to plan such a trip and be so like? What would motivate me to do that? It's not passion, it's love. But I'm gonna get passion out of it. Passion is gonna be the result, the consequence. Are we in that hotel? Because I've set the tone. I broke the boringness. I was creative. I did something I've never done before. I created this really romantic day, this really beautiful and romantic night. So I'm gonna take me that blue pill and knock the bottom out that motherfucker. You feel me?
But do you think that's hard to maintain though? Like,
yeah. No, it's not. But what I'm the point is this: you gotta have a motivator. You gotta have a motivating operation to come up with an establishing operation. Then you will produce a behavior. Not necessarily.
It's comparable to like adrenaline. Like you can't run off of adrenaline forever. Like eventually your body's gonna run out of it, and you have to have something else to motivate you to produce it again. It's too intense. It's impossible for you to maintain that for too long. It's like having an orgasm for 3 days. It's just too much. Eventually it has to fade away.
It sounds painful.
Yeah, like too much of a really good thing is a really bad thing. It's supposed to go away, and then if it doesn't go away, then it is still passion because.
Well, maybe our definitions of passion is different then, because just doing the same shit every day sounds hella boring. You know what I'm saying? Like, that sounds hella boring. Like, this is why people go out and look for other things, because they bored. We doing the same shit every day. We go to Famous Dave's every Tuesday. Can we please switch this shit up?
Yeah. I mean, what you're saying is exactly right.
I think you guys are spot on in saying the same thing. I think the gentleman's saying a lot of times in relationships, if you do love, then passion comes as a byproduct. But in reality, a lot of us do passion first and hope that love comes as a byproduct of that.
Exactly.
That's what I think.
And then when the passion fades, you think the love has faded. She don't love me no more.
Yeah.
And the passion is gonna fade. And eventually that passion gonna fade until you restrike it.
50 years.
Yeah. Sorry. Yes, I'll just agree. Like they're independent of each other, but people think that they're a thing and they're not. They're not the same. You know, you use passion as a strategy to maintain the love, maintain the connection. But you're not gonna do it every time. You're gonna bring in other strategies to do that. You know. Mm-hmm. That's the idea. You know,
I'm still in that bar from you though. It's a topic.
Oh, go ahead. I mean,
so I'm not disagreeing with you, Chris, at all. Like I totally agree with what you're saying. I've said it before. Like that's why it's important on choosing the right person. This all goes back to how you choose. Like you need to be picking a person that's more your friend. Because that motherfucker can be around. You understand what I'm saying? Because that person will come to you and just be honest with you and say, bruh, like I'm bored as fuck. Let's do something different, man. I'm tired of this shit. I don't want to do this today.
That's my
As
that's
opposed to
Okay,
kind of
shit,
over their
mama.
side
What you
and,
want to do?
you know,
You know what I'm
as
saying?
opposed
Y'all
to like
kick each
passive
other.
aggressive, like little actions to try to make things work.
But since I think she's like the middle ground of that, because it's like she says she believes passion out of it, which is actually very logical. But in the end, she's giving love because she's showing devotion. She's showing like, I don't know if she had children with her husband, but like you on the surface are not like someone like, oh, passion. But at the same time, I would attest that you probably move in a way that's way better for the long-term commitment, and you move in a way that's actually more conducive to the idea of love. So I was hoping, like, please jump in this, Sisters Keeper, because you got gems when you be quiet.
Believe it or not, this is she's talking far more than she used to before. So
Right.
yeah, cracking that nut.
Yeah. I agree with what you said about me. That was a good assessment, sir.
Well, now she's shy. See what you did? Now she's not talking to you.
Right? I threw the alley oop off the backboard, and she just ran into the cheerleader. Oh, I was like, slam it, and you was like over there eating popcorn. Man, she just missed the alley oop.
Can I add something though? CKQ?
Yeah, go for it. Go for it.
I think, in my opinion, and from what I've experienced in my past, I think a woman is at her most passionate and most loving when she is stress-free. A stressed out woman is a whole different animal, bro. I'm trying to tell you, when a woman got to worry about how she gonna get to work, when a woman got to worry about how her bills gonna get paid, when a woman got all these different worries on her plate, I think it's hard to bring the best out of her. And I think you have to produce an environment to help her bring that femininity out. You know what I'm saying? And that's just my opinion. You know, I don't know. Like when women are stressed, they can be some BIs. So,
what?
So BI. Right. So I think if you can keep a woman as stress-free as you can, then I think in most situations, the whole love thing or love language or whatever you want to call it will come out better, in my opinion.
I like what you're saying. I definitely like what you're saying. I think a lot of the times, more now than ever, I think we focus far too much on sex. I would say predominantly in the Black community, we focus far too much on sex. That's why we chase far more passion than we do love a lot of the time. We don't really understand what it is to have to sit and learn to love someone, and understand that you may love them, and you may think you're right, but sometimes you might be wrong, or sometimes you might just have to bite your tongue and allow them to kind of go through their process. Like it doesn't always have to be a challenge of I'm right or not. And passion kind of negates all of that. You know, passion kind of like blinds you of everything else, and it's kind of like passion is hot and heavy. Passion is lust. Passion is excitement. Passion is not. Passion can be a tiny segment of love, but passion is not all of what love is. Yeah.
Passion can be toxic.
Say that again?
I said passion can be toxic. I don't think so much that the love is toxic, but I think a lot of times passion can be toxic.
That's why they got all them shows about partners murdering their partners and stuff.
Or even that movie.
Out of passion. It's not murder. It was out of passion.
Crime of passion. Yep.
Or CJ, I think you were talking about that movie on your channel, Acrimony.
Yeah.
Yeah, with Taraji.
Oh, that shit.
That was perfect example right there of how
she was angry, like she was straight up pissed. I mean, and I couldn't blame her. In some cases, I couldn't blame her.
I don't know. I don't know. I guess you could. I blame her. I blame her for taking bad advice.
Well, that's what I'm saying. In some cases, I couldn't blame her.
Yeah.
You know, but yeah, at that part, yeah, that was her fault. She was an idiot, and he offered to give her money, so
And he
she was
offered
a bigger idiot for that too. So yeah,
she wanted it
I
all.
think as we get older, I think most of us are aiming towards wanting to have love, unless the man or woman probably come out of a divorce, then they're probably all about passion. But I think as we get older, I think we should be looking to building love. Passion is not going to be there when you're 65 years old. Passion is not going to be there when shit's getting real. And as the world is getting progressively crazier and crazier, I am now for the first time thinking like, yo, I should probably try to fall in love because I need help. I got 2 kids here. You know, I'm like, wait a minute. I never believed into marriage until now. Now that I have like 2 kids that I'm raising, it's like, wait, man, this whole marriage shit would probably kind of makes sense. So I understand.
I don't know. I can't.
No, it does. I'm
That.
backwards. It took me a while to figure it out, but I figured it out.
That is perfect.
No.
Do you think that marriage needs to be that? Do you think marriage needs to be that thing though? I'm just playing devil's advocate.
Say that question again. Do I think marriage needs to be that big? You said, or what?
No. Do you think it needs to? Because you're saying right now, like, I just started to realize that I could see the importance of marriage because I have kids now and I'm trying to raise them by myself. It's tough. Like you see the importance of marriage now. What I'm saying is, does it necessarily have to be marriage?
No, it doesn't necessarily have to be a marriage, but I do want my children to see me with a Black woman in love, and they're seeing us exist in that. Preferably because I want to make sure that my grandkids are Black, and because my ex is white, I want to like make sure that my kids see Black love and they're like, oh yeah, I want that. I know I'm a petty person, but so now for the first time, it's like, okay, and especially after seeing all the things on the internet in the last 2 years, it's like, no, really, I didn't see a great example of love. I want to be the example of love for my children. So I want to have my children see me with like a German Black woman and they grow up and see that and see it existing and see it with the same person. So I want them to have that because maybe on my ex's side, maybe they see a family in a white structure. So I need to build a Black structure that's like the not so much the opposite, but also a narrative because the Black narrative is always so bad. And I want them to be able to see a positive Black image.
Yes, you said you have two daughters?
No. I have a 4-year-old daughter and a 2-year-old son.
Okay, so you got both. You got a boy and a girl.
Yeah, I got time.
Yeah, so there's gonna be it's gonna be a big challenge to have for raising both of them. I guess their mentality as well, right? Because now that son also has to see you, I guess, go through this.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm retired, so I mean, it's easy for me.
Okay.
I just got to exist with them, and yeah, I'm living pretty comfortable. So it's just now making sure I bring the right person, because now I'm actually way more selective with who I date. Now that I'm thinking about, oh man, like how will she be around my kids, or especially even if I see how they parent their own kids, and I'm like, the fuck, So it's a very strange thing after you have children, and actually, like once you get close to 40, like how you start reevaluating what kind of love you want to have.
You said a mouthful, brother.
Yeah, I turned 40 next month, so yeah. Yeah.
People don't want to listen.
It's serious.
People don't want to listen, but I keep telling everybody, there is 5 areas you cannot be incongruent on in multiple of these areas: religion, sex, finances, politics, and how you raise kids. If y'all don't agree in 2 of those areas, your relationship is not going to work. And I don't give a damn who fucking say what, it's not going to fucking work. Because any one of them 5,
did you really any one of them 5, down? Really?
Yeah. Any one of them 5 can cause an emotional blowout. and I'm talking about they're very passionate. These, because you're dealing with 5 areas that have been ingrained in your body.
Will you say them again one more time?
Political.
Will you say them again one more time?
Political. So when I say political, I mean things like Democrat, Republican, liberal, a liberal versus a conservative. If y'all are incongruent, you're not in balance with that, that's a fight. Sex. One likes it, one doesn't. That's a fight. How you raise children. God damn, that's self-explanatory. Religion. You can't be, you can't. Like how is one gonna be one religion, the other one gonna be the other religion? That's the house is split at that point. Then how you gonna raise your kids? Which religion you gonna take? That's what I want to know. Okay, so how you gonna, and y'all both passionate about your religion, right? And then the last one is finances. You can't have a person who loves to spend money and a person who loves to save money. That's hard. That's hard. Now, I say that you can't be in 2 of them and it works. If you ain't congruent in 2 of them 5, nah, bro. You can't. I don't care what nobody say. You out of here. Y'all are not gonna get along. Y'all are not gonna work. Somebody going. If it works, somebody is accepting some shit, waiting to implode. Somebody is getting all their way, and the person who's waiting to implode, when they do, and they will, they're gonna walk right out. They're gonna leave. These are things that are ingrained in you over your life. Like these are things that have been with you your entire life, and they're core values. That's a part of your core belief system, and the amount of dissonance that is created when it is incongruent. And there's a lot of dissonance theories that explain this. Fessinger has plenty of this theories out there that talks about this. When somebody comes in disagreement with it, it challenges it, you automatically get almost into a rage, almost to a point of rage.
Do you want to add like entertainment or like sports to this list? Because I've seen some couples who Cowboys fans and a Redskins fan, and this is like,
you know what? I'm almost willing to add Alabama Auburn, because I'm gonna tell you something, man. I done seen when Alabama beat Auburn after Auburn could have won that game. I think 25,000 people got divorced in Alabama. I'm just telling you. That's a big ass rivalry, bro. That's a big ass. But all jokes aside, when every presidential election, there's a change in the divorce percentage on the downslope. Like it went up, like it's higher. Like people get divorced. Like every presidential election, divorce lawyers get some bank.
Man,
every one of them.
The Trump Clinton, I was bartending making money. People was breaking up like crazy during that election.
That's what I'm telling you. Trump's was historic. Trump had the highest divorce. Like all of them have some increases that divorce rate. Every president's like, but his, man, that shit spiked up to damn near 70%. It was like high.
Do you know if it was higher for interracial couples? If the divorce rate was higher for interracial couples in 2016 because of Trump's?
Say that again.
Do you think the divorce rate was higher for interracial couples, white-black couples, because of Trump's win, especially couples where the woman is black and the husband was white?
Interesting.
Yeah, there's a major divide with black women and Trump. Yeah, black women are really the only ones that
I would agree to that.
Yeah, I don't know if it's true, but that's.
I'll even say for my relationship, it was all good. Like when Obama was the president, and like I was here, and I was like the cool. But like once like Trump became the president, I was here in Germany. Then it was like, oh, you stupid American, and I'm like, wait a minute, like I was just the cool American a few years ago. Now I'm stupid American. Like what? Like yeah, I think,
under a decade.
I'm so serious. Like that whole Trump shit. Like I remember I remember the election night bartending, and I remember the women in the bar fuming, and like I saw like their boyfriends or husbands there, like I'm like, oh Lord, this is not a good look.
Yeah, and that's what I'm trying to tell you.
I mean, you know how women go to the bathroom together? Like I saw like a group of 10 women like go to the bathroom together, just pissed off, and I'm like, yo, they planning divorces right now, y'all. Y'all better stop cheering. They having a meeting.
I'm trying to tell you that and people don't even take that into consideration when you are dating someone, because your desire to have sex with this person, or this desire for this person to make you feel better about you, is too high. It's too great. That's why you shouldn't try to date when you've been in a bad relationship. You shouldn't try to date. You need to go back and refine yourself, because Chris said it right. You have to love you. Me personally, my biggest problem, I went from woman to woman to woman, right? And I went to bad to bad to bad. No good. Why? Because somewhere I fell out of love with me, and then somewhere my self-esteem started to drop, and I figured out, and I struggled with something, and that something was I needed a woman who needed me. Like, she needs me, like, not want me. And I was at a point to where I ain't give a really fuck if she want me. I just need her to need me. Do you need me? You need me? Okay, bet. Because if I know for a fact that if a woman show me that she don't need me, I'm out. But I have to find that balance where she wants you and she needs you, but you want her and you need her too. See, I ain't give a fuck about me needing them. And they picked up on that, and they showed me, oh, you don't need me? I'm not going to do shit. I'm not going to be held accountable for nothing. I'm going to do whatever it is I want to do while you at work. I just needed them to need me. And that was toxic on my part.
Yeah, I think, yeah.
I had to work on that by just being single for a long time.
Definitely something. So it's definitely something that has to be worked on. That's not really expressed to people. You got to really work on yourself. You got to really work on yourself hard before trying to get into anything serious.
Hard.
But we're gonna do a quick reaction video. Hold on. What the fuck? You know what? If it's a quick question, go ahead. Quick question.
Bruh, why is your beard glistening? I hate your guts. I just want to let you know.
I woke up.
I can't do it.
He woke up like this.
You literally got glitter in your beard.
Yeah, it's just I actually shampoo it, condition it.
Go ahead and get that Manscaping sponsorship. Everyone in the manosphere is getting it. So go ahead and write them up. Hey, Manscaped, go ahead and sponsor my podcast too.
I wanted to make a vlog about Manscaped a long time ago, like far before this whole fresh and fit thing, because it's good. It's a very good product, honestly. Like Manscaped was like, men should get Manscaped.
Yeah,
like,
man, get that money.
If you need to, well, first of all, as a man, you need to groom yourself. Like that's just that goes without saying. Like you can't be no dusty ass nigga. Like come on, like groom yourself, and Manscaped will help you do that. Like lotion your feet, all right? Don't be ashy. Fucking groom yourself. Shave, Manscaped. Shave. And if you're growing your hair or facial hair, you gotta take care of it. Like that's the hard part. And I think every man, honestly, I think every boy becoming a man should learn to grow their beard. Should learn to take care of it, because that teaches you discipline. Because you gotta shampoo it, you gotta condition it, you gotta oil it, you gotta put some palm butter on it to help add that glisten. Honestly.
Can I say something?
Go for it.
Hi to Madre. We missed you.
Wait, she's here?
Yes.
Am I not seeing her? What's going on?
I guess you're not, but I do. And I missed her.
Second to last minute. She says, ha ha ha.
Chris, Chris, what'd she say? Chris, you know what I'm eating, Chris?
Huh?
Wait, you know what I'm eating?
Lava cake.
A volcano.
Yes, sir.
All right, guys. We're going to go on to a quick reaction video. So do me a favor. You are going to mute your mics. I'm going to cast this on here. Okay. Fair use, fair use.
Teach you how to think about the law, how to spot issues, but it's not like they're really teaching you hardcore law that you're going to use on a daily basis. And they don't teach you really, guys. If you hire a 24-year-old attorney, you've hired someone that is just not prepared, because there's so much that law school does not teach us. They don't teach us how clients lie to other people, how clients lie to us. They don't teach us how to get money, how to talk to clients when they owe us money. So many in child support. $99,000. She was owed almost exactly $99,000 in child support. And she had already gotten married. She had remarried to this other dude. And the other dude had millions, right? So she was set. So she didn't need the $99,000 that she was owed. Now, the $99,000 she was owed, it didn't just happen like that. This dude had been owing her for years, and she would take him to court, get him incarcerated, and once it was clear that he couldn't pay, he would be released. Once he's released, she would take him to court again, get him rearrested and reincarcerated, and then 3 months, 6 months, when it's clear he didn't have the money, get him released again. Well, the guy had moved to Atlanta, and here she comes. And she tells me, hey, this guy owes me $99,000. I said, listen, this is going to be an easy case. To be honest, if you owe anything over $5,000, $10,000, he'll probably be arrested. Is that okay with you? Or you? She's like, oh yeah. Oh yeah.
The way he said that.
Dude, I didn't know all of the backstory. I didn't know that she had taken this dude. She had this dude arrested, incarcerated so many times. So when we get in front of the judge, now she's kind of told me what the deal is. And the judge pulls up his history and sees how many times. And I cross-examine him, but there really wasn't anything to say. It was clear that he owed the money. And so the judge was like, listen, what do you guys want? And we're like, well, we want him to be incarcerated. And the judge looks at me and then looks at the guy, and it just says, listen, you owe her $99,000. Like, why haven't you paid? And the guy was like, well, I was in an accident. And the judge was like, well, okay, but your accident must have been a long time ago. You walked in here, you don't have a cane. You don't have a back brace. You're not in a wheelchair. You speak fine. Like, you can work. The guy opens his mouth and reaches his whole head into his mouth and pulls out his jaw and slams it on the witness chair. Everybody in the courtroom was like, oh my God. Oh my God. The judge, me, the bailiff, everybody.
Tell me he got released. He got released.
The best part, the wife, the ex-wife, the baby mama turns to me and you know what she says? He's always doing that.
Oh my God.
He's always doing that.
You know what? I don't like women like that.
Why is there not a video of this? Why is there not a video of this? I would pay good money to see this man.
But now let me ask you. I wanted to show that video before the next question. So let me drop the next question after that. if you cheat, you can take the ramifications. If you cheat, you can take the ramifications. So she did all of that stuff to him because found out that like 15 years ago or 10 years ago she cheated. He cheated on her. So obviously she divorced him, but she's been taking him to court ever since. That's how he racked up that $900,000. That she's
99,000.
Not yeah, but yeah. So if you cheat, you can take the ramifications. Danielle, what do you think?
I hope if you cheat, you can take the ramifications. If you can't, what you doing that for?
So everything that comes with it after, even okay. So let me throw something in there. Even if it's as far as death, you would still say it's a ramification. You should be ready for that.
There ain't really much to deal with after you die, is it? You did. Get out of here. You definitely dealt with it at that point. Now, but after you did, that motherfucker the one got some dealing to do.
Not if you do it right. If you do it right, he ain't never gonna go to jail.
Okay, serial killer.
I'm just telling you, the crime of passion is a defense, and it gets handed out quite a bit.
Not for black people. On them shows, them motherfuckers be going to jail.
That's for white
people. Well, I
mean,
black
right.
We don't get the claim.
I'm not dating nobody that's not black, so you going to jail.
Well, neither am I. So,
what the funk? What do you think?
If you cheat, you can take the ramifications. Absolutely not, because ramifications can be death, and even the accusation of cheating can be death. So I think it really needs to be that we need to rethink what happens to a person if they cheat, because I think it's the norm that women feel that if a man cheats, cut his thing off, kill him. And men, if a woman cheats, I got to beat her ass, I got to kill her. When in reality, it would be very much a positive for our community if we completely just looked at cheating as, you cheated? Okay, goodbye. I never deal with you again. That's a very logical way to deal with it, but that's not how we deal with it, because again, our passions are intertwined with it, and we'll turn that argument of you cheating, shout out Belly and DMX and Terrell Hicks, into a passionate moment. And that's where our community, that's where our shit's all messed up. If you cheat, you can take the ramifications. Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Should something like splitting
I
up?
love you.
Should something like splitting up be a thing if you have kids? In your opinion?
No, unless it's an abusive relationship.
It's something like if there was cheating because of infidelity, should you be thinking stick it out for the kids?
Hell no.
Yes.
I want to hear his response.
Yes.
Elaborate.
I think absolutely. I think you can both be adults, because the big picture is what's best for the children. And if there's cheating, then okay, I believe in alchemy. If I'm cheating, and then she's cheating too, because that's how alchemy works. And if we are both adults and trying to figure out how, like, big picture wise, we want our kids to see a family unit, then let's do that. And either we swing, we have open, whatever, it doesn't matter. But if that's what it's going to be, the foundation still needs to be, we need to raise these two kids, or however kids you have. So if you have children, I don't think that cheating needs to be a reason to break up the children's foundation, because that's what it really is. It's not your foundation, it's the foundation for the children, because they were brought into this. They didn't ask to come here.
Didn't you just say you want to get married to give your kids a good example?
Yes.
You think that being with your spouse and both of y'all cheating, that the kids won't see that?
They gonna see your fucking fist up out of their face. I know that.
No, they will absolutely see it. Okay, so I have 4 sons.
No, they will not see it.
They will see
cheat
it
stupidly.
They
Please
will
believe
see
it. I know how rich people cheat. Rich people cheat very well, and I've worked for those rich people who cheat. And
Me and my husband don't argue.
their children have no
However,
idea.
my kids know when I'm not happy. I don't speak ill in front of them. I don't
That's
do
different.
anything in front of them. But if y'all cheating, y'all are unhappy. You don't think your kids will feel that vibration?
Not true.
Do you really think that that's a
not
good
true at all.
example, a good thing to model to your children?
The way the world's going right now, absolutely. I think a lot of people, and myself included, have been able to find happiness in relationships where it's free or open or whatever. I'm not a big person about poly, whatever, or I'm not even a big person about open relationships. But what I am a big proponent about is you always have the option to allow chemistry to come into your life. And if someone is falling off or somebody is not doing what they need to do, a lot of times when your partner sees somebody else wanting to give you passion, that reminds them to step up and reminds them to keep doing what they need to be doing. So,
you're saying more a healthy amount of jealousy.
No, not a healthy amount of jealousy, but a healthy amount of reality of, hey, my man is a good man, and there's women out here who want him. My woman is a great woman, and there's men out here who want her. I think it's important to have a little bit of that around you, so it's a reminder to not get comfortable, to not be not working out, to not being creative, like the gentleman was saying, and doing things for a woman that's outside of the box.
So you think you would still want your woman when you know she fucking and sucking another man?
No.
Yes,
no.
I was literally about to ask that.
Me personally, I don't give a shit. Me personally, I don't give a shit. Listen, I have bartended and seen how we are as a people and as human beings when we're drunk. And I've seen that my entire life. I don't give a shit if the woman that I love ended up fucking and sucking somebody else, because in the end,
you don't love her in the end.
What? Does she make me happy? Is she my muse? Does she motivate my heart? Say it again.
Wait, hold on, Danielle. All right, John, go ahead. You had your hand raised. You were being nice.
Listen here, man. For everybody is a whole different. For what the funk, I am not disputing what he's saying, because he's talking just about him, and this is how he sees life, and this is how he processes his situation. But two things I want to point out from a developmental point of view. Children pick up on a lot more than what you think they pick up on. Even when you think you're hiding it, you're not hiding it. And because they process emotions from internally, and they feel you a lot more than you. Even when they can't talk, they still feel you. You can see an infant crying, and it's because you guys are not in balance. Y'all ain't in tune. This baby does not even speak English yet, but this baby is crying and crying and crying because there's something wrong. Something is awry. Something is amiss. And the baby feels that. In most houses, most heterosexual relationships, right? When a man gets cheated on, his ego is damaged so fucking bad, his dick does not get hard. His dick will not get hard for that woman, like no more, for a while.
Really?
And he's gonna ask these questions. Was he bigger than me? Was he better than me? He don't give a fuck. Like what you said about the guy, about the act, the fact that his wife out here on her knees, she done got dick down. When they talk about it, let's say they try to work it out. These are the most common questions. Was he bigger? Was he better? That's all ego fucking driven. I counsel these.
That's a dumb question, sir. Don't ask questions that are going to be lies.
Hold on. What the
you
fuck?
might not want to ask me, but you got to know, because your ego has been damaged. You have been emasculated. Another man has took your shit, and I'm talking about a marriage.
It's not my shit. It's not mine. It's hers. Pussy is never mine. Woman is never yours. Everything is borrowed. No one ever belongs to you. So if a woman goes out and has sex with another man, it wasn't mine. Nothing's ever mine. Everything is borrowed. Yeah. So if she
does
ego that, is not to do.
But your ego is not.
That's how I look at it.
Now, I'm not saying you personally.
I've already done this for like 20 years plus. Trust me, my ego's fine.
Right. But most men, ego
I'm
is
very
not.
logical about this shit.
I mean, but it works for you. But it's not going to work for the average man. Like, and most other men will agree with that, and the statistics have shown it. Like, you just won't. That's not how they process it. It won't. Niggas, there was a video that was on Facebook or some shit. Dude walked in on his old lady. He stabbed that woman 122 fucking times. 122 fucking times. He walked in on them having sex. He stabbed her. He went back out, got a butcher knife, come back in the fucking room, and he stabbed. Dude got away. He wasn't thinking about the dude. He was only focused on the woman. And he stabbed that woman 122 damn times because his ego forced him to do that. And when you get cheated on, when a woman gets cheated on, she feels betrayed. She feels like what she goes through. What did I do? How could I give myself to this man? Why did you go through all these emotions? And she wants to know, like, what did I do so bad that was for you to do this or whatever? But then with a man, we only focus on one thing. Was he bigger? Was he better? Why the fuck was I not enough for you? Shit like that.
That's why a lot of times what the physical act is really what brings the man.
Mushrooms and have ego death.
But see, a lot of times when I coach these couples,
we all need a big ego death.
When I coach these couples, the man, if they try to work it out, it's easier for me to coach the man through the process. With the women, it's rough. I'm telling you, it's fucking rough. They don't really be wanting to hear it. Like, they really don't want to hear it. And so one of y'all is going to feel salty. Like, one of y'all are going to feel salty if you try to stay for the kids, like, throughout the entire ordeal. Like, one of y'all going to feel salty. That's all I'm saying. Like, this is rough. I've coached way too many couples, and I've heard way too much about it. And that's what I do with the males. I'm like, listen, do you love this woman still? Yes. Okay, so it's just sex, bro. How the fuck can you look at it like that? Is how they tell me. I said, bro, your ego is what's causing this. But the fact of the matter is, you're aging, you're getting older. She still wants you. She wants this marriage to work. Can you set that aside? She has said that she's never going to do this again. Can you fix what made her go do it the last time? And focus, and finally, no, it matters. But finally, they were able to get through it and have a good Christmas. Ego is a thing, bro. Ego is a thing, man. I mean, I would be sitting here lying to you. Ego is a damn thing.
Ego's a thing you have to fight in yourself.
You can't help it. You're grown.
Ego is the part of you
part of
that
your
you're
development.
fighting every single day.
Ego's the first thing to come and the last thing to go. Actually, ego is what really helps you form who you are.
Yeah, ego helps you. Ego helps you succeed in life, but an ego can also be an enemy. It can be a double-edged sword.
Ego will also kill you. An ego is also a facade. You have to have ego death. That's why Native Americans say every 3 years you need to have a mushroom trip so you can get the mask off that you've been portraying to the world to kind of be safe and get it off of you. Absolutely, mushrooms are important. Absolutely. And I think Black people in the community need to start looking into it because, again, our facade, our willing to kill each other over disrespect is a problem. And something that does, our ego is why we kill each other. Our pride is why we end up hurting each other. We need to kill our facades and kill the ego that we think that we have.
Excuse me, I'm just a mushroom trip. Like, you mean like drugs, bro? Like, you want people to go get high every 3 years? Is that what you said?
Mushrooms, absolutely, yes.
Yeah.
I got better. We smoke weed like nothing. Weed as a community, no problem. But what's the problem with mushrooms? Look up ego death. Maybe somebody else can say.
Something wrong with all drugs.
No, I'm very familiar. I know what you're saying.
Not really. Because, I mean, like, drugs, well, anything psilocybin based was actually used for, like, trauma based healing prior to the war on drugs. Like, they were actually trying to use that as a therapy, and it was actually working pretty well. And then war on drugs, and they just said everything is a drug. We got to get rid of all of it. So yes, anything psychedelics, nothing that's too man-made. Because shrooms grows naturally from the earth. That's why it's healthy. It's a healthiest form of euphoric pleasure.
I
But
think the
okay, my
healthiest
sister,
form of
wait.
euphoric pleasure is just to have an orgasm.
Alcohol?
You think that's the only
Wait
form
a
of
minute.
euphoric
No,
pleasure?
no. I'm saying for ego death, you're not going to get an ego death through an orgasm. You can have ego death through mushrooms. In our community, we have a huge problem with our ego. In fact, a lot of things in the YouTube is about getting women off the pedestal and all this stuff and getting back. Mushrooms will remind you what you truly are. Mushrooms will let you know what's really inside of your head. Mushrooms will let you know what it is you really want to be focused on. After you take mushrooms, you're probably going to end up cutting off a whole lot of people in your life because you're going to realize, I don't even want this energy around me anymore. This is something that is actually very important to do every 2 to 3 years to cipher out who you have in your life. Now, you're looking dumbfounded at the fact I'm saying maybe you should do a drug every 3 years. But again, it's a norm in our society to drink alcohol, to be sugar high, and to also have weed in our systems every single day. So why are you so dumbfounded on the fact that I'm saying, let's maybe try this drug for an ego death, but these other drugs, and let's not even talk about the drugs that are in American food that a lot of our people have addictions to.
High fructose corn syrup. It's a big one.
Because that's just beyond me, sir.
Hold on. Let's get
That's why I'm
Japrice's
looking dumbfounded.
opinion. Japrice, welcome to the panel. How you doing?
Hi, good evening, everyone.
Hey, Japrice. It's been so
I'm sorry if I
long,
woke you
girl.
up, Japrice. So what are we talking, Japrice?
Japrice done got triggered. She done got up and got on the damn panel, boy. I want
No. I just wanted to give like an example. It may be a little anecdotal, but when I think maybe you, CKQ, that you asked what the funk could you stay? Is it could you stay in a relationship with a cheating spouse for the kids? And I would say it's different for men and women first and foremost. I wanted to give an example. I have a childhood friend that I've been knowing for like so long. She's like a cousin now. Her and her it was 4 of them, 4 children, mother and father are married all the way up until we were all 23 years old. Well, the oldest is 23, which is who I'm friends with. The father got really sick, and it was like he got bedridden, like he was like a vegetable. And all the children were so confused on why the mom isn't boohoo crying, why she isn't like going crazy. And they're like, Mom, like, what's wrong with you? Like, why aren't you mourning and grieving? Like, Dad is about to die. Like, what's wrong with you? And she was like, honey, I'm about to go live my life. I don't know if you guys all knew, but your husband, my husband, your father has been cheating on me for like such a long time. And I stuck it out. No, she was okay. They caught her leaving the hospital, and they were all like, Mom, what's going on? Like, what are you doing? Like, how dare you? Blah, blah, blah. She was like, you don't understand what the stuff that I've been through, put up with to keep you guys' sanity and to keep all of us together as a family. Your father's been cheating on me for such a long time. And now I'm about to go and live my life. She has a whole new boyfriend that she's been talking to for a little bit. And they were like, what? That is not true. Dad never did that. Blah, blah, blah. Are you? She was like, no, you guys just doesn't know. And I remember my friend calling me. She was like, my mom just left. I haven't talked to her in 2 days. She left with the guy. I don't know where they went. But I just wanted to say that it may be a little anecdotal, but I think it's possible. None of them never had a clue from what they're seeing. That they never had a clue. The mother and father coexist, and they made it work to where they never had a clue, and they're all still doing good. But the father did end up passing away. But so I think it's possible.
It's funny because I recently heard someone. It was Hassan at 8 at the Table, and he was doing an interview on Talk Your Shit podcast, and he was saying how sometimes women don't understand how much power they have when it comes to nurturing ability, because a woman, the power of a woman to raise a child, that woman shapes how the child views the father. She controls all of that. And not a lot of people actually like give that much credit, I would say.
I would say people give the mothers a lot of credit, but it's just typically in a negative way.
Say that again?
I said I think people actually do know that, and they do give women a lot of credit for that. It's just typically in a negative way. And that woman that you're speaking of, Japrice, is an anomaly. because that's not typically how it goes. Normally, you're not about to just hold it in.
They were also
they're also
a different race. Sorry not to cut you off. They're also a different race.
Because I'm like, that's not happening. You're not about to fuck around on me multiple times.
They're not
and I be around here acting like it's okay. Like,
I mean, like, I'm quite sure they saw some other arguments or some type or something, but it was just that. Why not? Just mom and dad arguing or whatever the case may be. However, I do believe it's different.
The goal is
I don't believe that
the unit of the children.
Hold on. What the funk? Hold on. Sorry. Did your priest finish?
No. This is my last point. That I do believe it's different for men and women. I do believe that. I don't believe that maybe a man could do it. It's possible. But like, just a man being a man in his nature and maybe his ego, I don't think it would. But I do think it's doable. I believe it's doable. I believe that it possibly should more so than it shouldn't. Especially if there's kids involved, because we don't understand the future and like the mental capacity that we have of our children, that we have it like literally in our hands. So that's just my little piece. I'm just gonna go back to tending to the little one because he's being very fussy. He's teething. So good night, everyone.
What the fuck? What do you want to say to that? She's still going to be listening in, so she's most likely to type in. But.
No, I just want, like I said, in our community, I think we are so willing to. And I think more than likely, a lot of us probably came from a divorce situation or a single parent situation, maybe not. But if we really kind of think about when it was like when we were kids, like we just wanted our parents or both parents around. And if you go into a relationship, the goal is to give your children that. And cheating is a thing that I think you need to have these conversations before you even get married, where it's like, yo, what happens? And you're saying I wouldn't deal with that kind of disrespect.
That's right.
And my question is, why not? Because again, if the goal is
what I look like dealing with being disrespected.
Look like to who? What do you mean?
To
what
me.
Do you look like?
I'm not worried about. First of all, I don't have to cycle every 2 or 3 years to get rid of people.
I'll answer that.
I don't have to cycle every 2 or 3 years to get rid of people because I don't really be around people. The person who I'm most concerned about who I look like to is myself. And if when I look in the mirror and I'm mad at myself for putting up with something that I'm not supposed to tolerate, then I can't deal with that. Being married, you do get married to have a family and raise a family, but not just a family. I want my family to be happy and productive. My family won't be that if I'm not, because I'm not that type of woman that's about to just sit around and act like I'm happy when I'm not. No.
What?
You took an oath. If we married, you took an oath in front of God to be faithful to me. So not only are you disrespecting me, you disrespecting your oath to God. Now, as a Muslim, he can't have more than one wife. So that's where you get some leeway. If you want to have another woman, you better have another motherfucking wife. You're not about to have no bitch on the side. That you're not about to, first of all, you lying to me, you disrespecting me, you cheating on me, you're doing too much. And I'm not
there's no disrespect in that. Where is the disrespect?
You just told me how you feel, and I just told you how I feel. So you can't tell me how I feel. You can tell me that you don't agree.
There's the disrespect in the man. I'm just asking, he's cheating because he loves you. Maybe he doesn't, maybe you're not doing the things that
maybe
he
that's why you
doing.
cheat. And I don't really give a fuck what his excuse is. You're not doing that shit to me.
Okay, well then again, then it's not for the better of the unit, for the kids, because it's about you. It's about how you feel. Just saying.
I don't know. I could.
You mean
that's a tough thing to put my ego aside, though.
I mean, if I gotta raise my kids, I can't raise my kids in no hostile environment. If it's not good for me, it's not good for the family.
It's not hostile. You're the one being hostile about it because you're disrespected. It's not a hostile environment for your kids, but you're going to take your kids out of that situation because of the way that you feel, and that's
I'm gonna take them out of that situation and bring them into a more calm environment where I'm happy. Now, I'm not about to disrespect him when we leave. I'm not gonna make them be mad at their dad, but that's the whole point of me leaving, so that they can still have a positive relationship with their dad.
We're gonna take them out of it
because if I stay there, that's not
gonna happen.
You said what?
Why is that not gonna happen? It's not for the betterment of the unit.
Because I'll probably stab them, make them fucking sleep, and then they would have no parents.
Like, I kind of see what he's talking about. I understand what the funk is saying. I get it. I met these dudes before when in my young wild days. I'm serious as hell. In my young wild days, his mindset is what is in swinger clubs. That they don't care. Like they're so comfortable with their wife that because you fucking her, that means absolutely nothing. Because it's still my wife. She's still married to me. We gonna talk about whatever on the way home and stop by McDonald's and get her strength back up, and she gonna fuck me. All a different way than what she fuck. I'm telling you, bro, you gotta if you
I
before
get it.
you get
I
married.
get it.
Before you
get
get married,
I'm just
you need to get a girlfriend. You need to find a girlfriend before you get married, a girlfriend, and go to the fucking swingers club and let her fuck. So you can see what that feels like.
Oh, fam, all right.
Not necessarily somebody who you
Man,
gonna
I've been on
marry,
that.
but I'm just saying, you like I did it with a best friend because I wasn't paying $200 to get in there. So like if you come by yourself, it's $200, but you come with a couple, it's free. You got to take a shower. You got to present. You got to come with a real recent health panel showing that all the major tests like HIV, syphilis, HPV, all this shit. You got to come with. So we had to go do all that shit. Cool. You take a shower. They give you soap. They got They got 2 tables with women laying on their nude and finger foods all over their body for you to pick up. I mean, you can if the door is shut. That means all parties are in. If most doors are open, so you can see if you want to go in there. I mean, everybody's fucking. I mean, that's what kind of party it is. Then they got a place where you can go and sit and relax and watch TV. You put on a white robe or a black robe, whatever robe. Put on the robe, but you don't have no clothes on. You can get Viagra if you need it at the door. Man, pretty fucking cool situation. I didn't get to feel the full effect because this is my own girl. Like, I don't care who fuck her. You know what I'm saying? But you know, so
it's the swingers McDonald.
It's definitely an interesting.
But I've seen these type dudes, bro. Like these dudes are out there. They will. And here's the one rule you cannot fucking break. You ready for this? This is the one rule that will make a husband lose his whole fucking mind. You ready?
Don't spend my money on them.
No fucking kissing. He will let you nut in her face. He will let you nut in her, whatever she's comfortable with.
Don't you spend my money on him. Don't spend my money dating him.
But do not kiss him. Do not fucking kiss him. If she kiss you or
if
you kiss her, it's a problem. It's a whole big problem. Because kissing is a doorway to the heart and passion, and you ain't finna do that with her. If you just hitting it like a rabbit, they don't care. But kissing,
What the funk? I got a question for you. Did you always have this this mentality, or was it something curated over time?
Oh no. It was definitely. I grew up on a black college campus, so I've always seen how we interact sexually in a very party type way. So I've had the seed, and then as I started, like I said, I've been bartending from 20 to now almost 40. And working all over the world in different bars and opening bars and seeing how we really truly are in those kind of environments when we're trying to have fun. So I feel like it's grown over time where I'm just very realistic about what we really like to do when we're trying to have a good time. And when that's the case, I think I'm very logical about the things that go down, the way that we seduce each other, the ways that people make mistakes. A lot of people make mistakes in those moments, and I don't think that it should be something that is a thing that leads to you dying. I don't think it should be a thing that leads to your family being torn apart. I don't think it's a thing that should be leading to divorce. I don't think it's a thing that should be leading to you losing half of your access. I don't think it's a thing that should be leading to you losing legacy to your children. I don't think it's a thing that should be leading to you all of a sudden now your kids think that you as a man are a piece of shit because you cheated.
You're a big proponent of open marriage then?
No, I'm a big proponent on being logical. I'm not even about open marriage. I think when you're actually open, both sides really won't even take the option so much. I think when both of you are like, yo, you can do what you want to do and I can do what I want to do, then actually most people end up staying in. But I think it's very important to have that on the table that if it does happen, it doesn't ruin the unit. It doesn't ruin what you're trying to build. And again, if a woman is giving me her time, that's the most valuable thing in the world. Like, if she's being around me and being amused to me while I'm doing my art and she's a motivation to me, I don't give a fuck if she fucked another dude the day before, because again, I'm using her energy to get to whatever my purpose is. That's just me being a weirdo, and that's just me analyzing women and men and the nature of this game that we play. And it's not a black thing, it's not a white thing. I've seen it in all cultures. And really, when people are poor and they have these kind of situations happen, they still stick it out. So I try to do the same thing, even if I'm in a different, a first world country. I see people in Brazil, when they cheat, they still figure it out because they need each other. They have a real unit. They want their kids to be so it's only in first world countries where cheating happens that it's just such a, oh my God, like it's horrible. In other countries, it's not even a big deal.
No, and only some other countries, because in all Muslim, Shiite, not Shiite, but Shower law is fucking a death sentence.
No, Muslims, that's a whole different anger. No, they take cheating
that's a death
serious.
sentence. You damn right. Your head coming off.
Oh, Sharia.
Like
Sharia
it's a
law.
rap. Sharia law. You damn right. She cheat, you cheat, he cheat.
So what the funk?
Most
Do you think
first
that is
world
a much?
countries, it's not even a big deal.
What the funk? Do you think
Yes.
that should be a little bit more of a natural progression for most relationships, the way you view it? Because I mean, the way you view it, it does sound like it would be more productive, because now when you take something away from people, all right, deprivation breeds motivation. Someone once told me that, right? It was a doctor, I think. But if you're suddenly in a marriage, you just see it as, I can't touch anything else outside of this marriage. But opening up that door and saying, hey, listen, you can go and do whatever you'd like, but in the end of the day, you're still with me. I think that's the truest form of love. If you know, if that was a thing. So do you think most people should aspire to move in that direction?
I think most people should aspire to leaving their pride, ego, and too much emotions out of building a unit. And when I've had this conversation with women that I've dated, and in reality, a lot of them, it's like, wait, they're so free that then they actually don't want to do anything with anyone else, because it's just like it doesn't affect me. I'm just like, yo, like I don't care. Like, you can't motivate me that way. I'm already happy with what I'm getting from you. So if I'm done with it, I'm done with it. But if I'm not, I'm happy to accept it. And when you give them that kind of freedom to be whatever they want, a lot of times I found in my situations that they really want to focus on me. And it's like, hey, great, this is even better. But when you try to say whose pussy is this? Like, fuck out of here. Like, come on, it's not yours, bro. Like, why are you even asking that question?
Not the cat.
And I think when you kind of keep the bravado out of the relationship, it's very refreshing for women.
You make a real interesting point and a very strong argument.
It is a very strong argument.
It's a very strong argument.
Because a lot of it is a pride.
I didn't kill my sister's keeper. What I do to you? I didn't kill my sister. I still love you. Come on. What I didn't.
But still, I mean, she's 38, hot. You hear me? But as for me, this is my perspective on it. I look at it like this.
I need some glasses. Hold up.
Like for me,
really, my sister's keeper isn't that bad.
First of all, my dynamic in the house is that the children absolutely don't come first over shit, nothing. They come absolutely last. That's where they're at. They provide no value. They can't take care of nothing. They cannot come first. I come first. My wife comes second. God come first. I come second. My wife come third. That's the way they go. You ain't got to agree with me. That's my dynamic. That's how my house is ran. And the next thing is, I like me more than I like any other motherfucker. You understand? Ain't no fucking way I'm finna let you get your sloppy ass back in the bed with me after some other nigga been beating you down. You can go and be with that nigga. We gonna be all right. Period. Because I think more of me. I don't have to have you. Period. I know my kids can be raised in separate houses just fine. They know who daddy is. They can come and see me, or they can live with me, or they can live with you. I don't really care. But I'm just not going to be there. I don't have to be there.
By his logic, then you're saying, because his way of saying that is you're saying she's only as important to you as the fact that she's only sleeping with you. But if anyone else sleeps with her, she's just not as important to you. And her ideas, her vision, her energy towards you is just not important anymore because she now had physical intimacy with someone else.
No, what I'm saying is we about to be some fucking motherfuckers around here. It don't make sense to be with each other no more. Because I don't want you. I'm going.
Why does it not make sense?
Because I don't want to put up with it, and I don't have to put up with it.
Why does it not make sense to?
Because I don't want it. I don't want it.
I mean, I'm very much on the side of John. Like I can't.
If she out here fucking,
I can't look at her in the eye again. Like
first of all, I'm looking at this from a whole nother perspective. I ain't young serious.
Because
and I'm fucking everybody that's wait, and I don't know who he fucking.
Wait.
What?
Because of sex.
Huh?
It's just sex.
It is.
What are you making this so damn difficult?
And I don't have to fucking
like
have
it's just sex.
Okay, so it's not just sex, sir.
But it's a respect thing too. And I'm not
it is just sex
like that.
It's not just sex.
It is just sex.
It's not just sex.
Well, tomatoes.
I love how much you guys are elaborating on your points.
Because so for a man to have sex with a woman, unless you're paying her, you giving her time. You got to give her a lot to get her pants. And then if it's ongoing,
you have to be funny, and that's it. Funny, clever, creative, and have a decent amount of.
And then if it's ongoing, now you're giving her your emotions.
Now, if it's a sneak link, according to CJ Kyle's channel.
You should not have no sneak link if you married. A sneak link is what you do before marriage, ma'am.
I just expanded my definition in CJ Kyle.
It's not a sneak thing. Let's say
it absolutely is sneaking. If you cheating, you're definitely sneaking. You sneaking, you lying, you deceiving, and you can't be around me with that.
Never lie. This is the rule. Never lie, and don't sneak. Everything dead ass. It's so much easier when you keep the bullshit and the lies out of it. I don't have to sneak and do anything. I can do what the hell I want to do. And you don't have to sneak and do anything because
you don't get married
because we want to build it because we have children together and we want to build something because in the end, when we're 60 years old, we want to be together.
You don't need a person
Everything
to build
else in this time is
you already built whatever you built. You didn't need no woman to build that. You have you didn't make enough money that you retired and you have children.
Yes. But I still want to build.
You can still model how to be a good man to your son, how to be a good man to your daughter. You can teach them everything that you need to teach them.
Yes.
You don't need to be married. You don't need a
relationship.
You don't need that.
I want to be married, because I want my children to grow up and see a black unit. When everything else.
I said, what's the point of getting married? You said for that, but you don't need to be married to do those things.
I want a life partner, one person, one woman, and we build together. Whether you call that a marriage,
well, if you
or
want one
else,
woman, then why are you cheating?
I don't want to have a revolving door of different women.
Cheating, though. And the way he moves, it's not cheating. If you're telling him up front, like, listen, this is what door's wide open. I'm gonna do whatever I want. You do whatever you want.
Well,
he said he's not doing that. He said he don't believe in an open marriage. That's not what he's saying. He said that if it happens, though, he would be okay with it.
So what's the difference in just finding a fucking roommate and agreeing to have a sexual relationship if she gets pregnant and that's all y'all got?
Agreed. That's what I was asking a while back. Is marriage really necessary?
Like, just find a fucking roommate, because roommates fuck. Opposite sex roommates, they do end up fucking, unless one of them is hetero. If they both heterosexual, shit, you can get that.
That's not true though. There's a bunch of ugly motherfuckers who got female roommates who ain't hitting. So just because you have two straight people who are roommates,
nothing is 100. Nothing is Nothing is 100% at all, and everybody know that.
Fam, I wouldn't even say it's 50-50. I think it's okay.
I mean, but I've known of 10 motherfuckers who started out as roommates. Several of them end up in relationships, and 2 of them end up pregnant, and they was all fucking. They all ended up fucking at one point. One dude had 2 girl roommates. The other girl moved out because she got tired of hearing them fucking. Hell, as a neighbor, I got tired of hearing them fucking. But I'm just saying. That's
just
neither here nor
because you
there.
forgive somebody, don't mean you gotta stay with them. I can forgive you and send you on your way.
What's the with that kind of relationship? There's no what is it there? Like, there's no difference in you just having basically, nigga. Matter, I take it a step further. Why don't somebody that makes really good money, been on the job for a while, just fucking interview a mother for my child, and I'll explain all the details in the interview. And when she comes in, hey, listen, this is not gonna be about any love, no fucking none of that bullshit. I want your beautiful ass to have my babies. You can fuck whoever you want to. I'm gonna fuck whoever I want to, but I want us to fuck, whenever we can. You agree to that? Then let's go get married so that you have insurance benefits and everything like that. No, ma'am. No.
That's a stupid reason to get married.
But it's the same thing. It's the exact same thing. There's no difference in what you just said than that.
There's a mental and a spiritual reason to. Let me rephrase that.
There ain't no spiritual reason.
Married on paper in government, or as far as being together, as far as one life partner, is a huge benefit. As far as having somebody who's going to be with you, somebody who's rocked with you since the beginning that you've been wanting to rock with. So that in itself is very important. As far as the whole marriage part of, she gets this type of insurance, that to me it means absolutely nothing. What is important is that the children see like one type of woman who can really pour into them, because especially on this side of the planet, I need to learn what the Black experience is in Germany. I know what the Black experience in America is, but I think it's very important for me to learn and have somebody who grew up being Black in Germany help me guide my children.
Germany?
What the fuck?
Yeah, I'm in Germany. I've been here for 7 years.
Where were you at?
I've been here 7 years.
What city?
I live in Bildau. I live right outside Berlin.
Really?
Yeah, I'm from Oklahoma. I've been here 7 years.
Do you speak?
No, I don't speak German. We fucking won the war. I make my money in English. I'm fine.
I'm just checking.
What an answer. Bravo.
I figured since he was living over there.
I'm almost 40. I'm not learning German.
Guys, hold on. No, we got sidetracked. We got a little sidetracked. These are some good segues, but we got a little sidetracked. We got to get back to the question. I don't know if everyone answered this question. If you cheat, you can take the ramifications.
You got to get in.
Yeah, go ahead.
No. Not all of them. I think it's in the vows. When you get married to somebody and your vows say that you would not commit adultery, you would be loyal and all of that, you'd be faithful. I guess ramification is divorce. That person has the right to divorce you. But as far as like showing all this rage and threatening to kill somebody and trying to justify all types of bad, sometimes criminal behavior because you got
times criminal behavior.
It's justifiable in any way. Your vow was that your marriage would be broken if this person cheated on you. it wasn't that this person's life needs to end, or you have to send this person to jail or take out rage over many years. It doesn't make any sense. And I agree. I agree with a lot of what the fuck they say. It's just ego. A lot of it's ego. Embarrassment.
Embarrassment is big.
Egos.
Egos.
Fix themselves. So even trying to take that rage out on the other person doesn't make any sense.
Like, and don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to rage on nobody. I'm just telling you, just like somebody has a right to want to keep the family together, exactly. I have a right to love myself enough to where I just don't want that kind of relationship. I don't want it. I'm not gonna have it. I've had 2 baby mamas that cheated. I left both of them. We're friends. We're cool as fuck. My son, my oldest son by my first baby mama, live with me. Jamarcus, I see Jamarcus all the time. My other baby, right? And we all have a wonderful relationship. My youngest, my middle son, I see him. We talk. He wasn't raised in the house with me. But me and his mom, we parent. She don't listen, but she parent, right? So I mean, she would be the main case that would make a good case argument for what the funk. She didn't cheat. That's a whole nother situation. This, but the ones who did cheat, I left. I'm out. I don't have, and it's better for everybody because I do have a big ego, and I will be looking at you salty, and I will give off that negative energy because I'm like, how dare you? How dare you cheat? Okay, you want me to be at home and fucking work? You like this goddamn BMW driving around in? You like this motherfucking Hayabusa you get to ride on the back of? You like this goddamn Louis purse you got? You like this Michael Kors? Well, if you like that shit, bitch, I need to go work. Because your ass ain't going to get it. I get money. You understand? I get the fucking check. So if you can't keep your pussy closed while I'm getting that check, then I can find a bitch who can keep her pussy closed and replace you. It's just that simple. Shit.
So that kind of shows that you already wait, fam. So legitimately, you just show that you pay these kind of money, you spend money, and what you expect for her is to keep her pussy closed. That prostitutes a cool fucking relationship, man. Like real talk.
I don't care what
just
you want
because
to call
you had a kid with her or not. But as soon as you put your money and you say, I spend this kind of money, I buy you a BMW, and I put you in this kind of situation, and what I want for you to do is you better not disrespect me and fuck somebody else while I'm doing all this.
Exactly.
Man, that's bad alchemy right there.
No, that's called being a man. That's called being a man. Because if that's my motherfucking rule, that's my rule. Not a damn thing.
No, I don't.
Nothing.
That is a full agreement. You know, agreement.
That's called. I'm gonna see myself in a different light. Because I look at something being more wrong with somebody, but I look at using what? Okay. I didn't have to use nothing. I'm gonna get the pussy no matter what.
You're using capitalistic and like you're shiny objects to be like stay in this relationship. Like here's this BMW, here's this purse, here's all these superficial things. When in reality,
I don't think that he said that that's the bubble of the relationship. No. That's not why they in a relationship or their relationship.
That is my role in a relationship. She don't fucking work. So who's gonna get the check? She don't work. She stay at home.
Okay, so wait. Okay, so if she's not working and that's her, so why are you buying her this kind of stuff? Because that's for her ego. That's for her facade. And that's the kind of shit that needs to be left out of relationships. She doesn't need a Michael Kors purse. She doesn't need a
materialistic.
All that money could have been used to build a better foundation. You all but instead, you're casting that out to keep her ego happy, to keep her facade happy. When in reality, it would be much cheaper to just take mushrooms every 3 years. She wouldn't need all that shit.
Ayahuasca, man. Ayahuasca.
Even if you're in a marriage and a woman don't need all that stuff, if the man is going out and working and providing like he's supposed to, you still should not be out there just fucking around.
Like he's supposed to.
Yeah.
No,
that's definitely what a man is supposed to do.
If a man is out providing, he shouldn't be buying that kind of bullshit.
Even if he's not buying that type of bullshit, even if he's not doing that type of, even if he's not buying that type of bullshit, you still should not be cheating. Take all that stuff away that he bought her. You still shouldn't be cheating.
When you bring home $200,000 a year, I can buy whatever I want to buy. It don't matter. That my whole the whole decimal places are in different spots.
It does matter.
A Michael Kors purse is a $10 purse
Sir,
at that point.
You can't say just because you make a certain amount of money, what you spend your money on doesn't matter. It does matter.
It matters. It matters to a point, but Michael Kors is not finna break no damn bank. That's a damn $100 purse. Talk to me about Burberry.
It's still for her ego and for the facade, and it's complete. All right.
Clement, do you see your mama?
When you said the moment you said when she gives my keep her legs closed, or I find another bitch, or I'll find another bitch. You're literally saying that that's how you saw her in that moment. She's just another bitch, and she's replaceable. That means her time is really not that valuable to you in the first place, because in your head you're like, well, another bitch can do what she's doing. I can find another bitch to be in this position.
But did she not replace him first by fucking somebody else?
Here's the whole thing. When you give a woman, you ask me why would I give her those gifts? Because she gave me a gift that I can never give back to her, which is the gift of life. She gave me a child, a whole baby, right? So I'm showing her appreciation. I'm showing her this is what she wants. She communicated that to me. Well, she can fucking have it. No problem. But the day that you show me you don't give a fuck about me, because you know how I feel about you if you step out. Like, you know, I'm not an open-minded, open relationship. You go fuck who you want, I fuck who I want type nigga. So when you showed me that you disrespect me, because that is not the dynamic of our relationship. If that's the dynamic of your relationship, cool. But if that's not the dynamic of your relationship, if I'm showing you appreciation, I'm showing you attention, I'm scheduling trips for us, I'm trying to keep our passion going, and you go out and fuck, and you really only fucking this nigga because he have access to pain pills, that's the real truth. I don't need that. What I need it for?
Agreed.
And why would I, as a man who is confident in himself, I'm going to put the kids above me? Why the fuck would I do that? They don't make money. They don't earn shit over me. Me walking around here mad every day. Me can't focus. Me upset. And I'm the fucking breadwinner. They depend on me to have a great emotional mindset. No, I'm going to go. I'm going to move on. I'm going to find somebody else. I'm going to regroup, get my mind back right. Then I'm going to move forward. And it is what it is. And it was what it was. And I must say, I am friends with both my baby mamas. I just had my baby mama not too long ago. They stayed up here. Well, wow, it's been years now. But her and her boyfriend stayed with me while their apartment was getting ready. I didn't give a fuck. I didn't give a hot damn. But guess who was still wanting me? She was. She wanted me back. She got a whole boyfriend. Because now she done had an experience to take away, deprive. So now she's motivated to come back. But I don't give two fucks. I respect her as my baby mother, but she didn't respect me as a man. She didn't respect me. So if I'm going to give you this, only a person that has a problem with themselves would accept anything less than what the fuck they want, period. That's where I'm at on that. To each his own, but that's how I feel about it. CKQ, you are so muted. And you've been muted like the whole time.
Thank you. On that note, we're far past the 2-hour mark, but I'm honestly enjoying this is a really good conversation. But we're going to move on to the last question of the night. So, brace yourselves. Can taking a break from a relationship work? Can taking a break from a relationship work?
Boy, you picked one then. God.
I know exactly how you're going to react.
I hate this shit. I hate them fucking breaks, bro. Them damn breaks.
Hold on.
And I want to hear what the fuck got to say about this, because I hate them fucking breaks, bro. Fuck them breaks.
Fam, chill. Come on. Danielle, start us out. Can taking a break from a relationship work? Actually, yeah, Danielle, start us out.
I don't know.
Yeah, okay. Give me your
It's my
best
first
guess.
relationship. I told you that. Like, I don't have relationship experience to know if taking a break work. I have no idea. If I want to take a break, that means I don't want to be with you. And so it's not even about I'm taking a break just to see how I'm gonna feel without you. It's not even to see if we can get back together.
So no. It wouldn't make sense. Okay.
My break would be
I'm gone.
break up.
Okay. What the funk?
I was hoping you're going to Blooming next, but sure.
Nope. No. I'm very, very curious to hear your take on this. That's why.
Yes, breaks can be very important and are absolutely needed in relationships. There's a thing where I think Sean Connery conversation where he was saying about a lot of times it's really a good thing to take breaks because you can come back to your partner as a different person. And a lot of times when we're together, when somebody else brings chemistry to you and chemistry is ignored, that's why a lot of people end up killing each other or really getting mad that the person cheated, because it's like, wait, I ignored that chemistry to stay in this. I think that it's actually really beneficial to take breaks in relationships where somebody can kind of evolve into a different person and then come back to you. So not so much like for months, but like I think like a 2-week break, and like girls have their girls trips, and I think guys have their moments too where they go off to another country and do certain things and take breaks. I think those are actually very beneficial for the relationship. And don't ask no questions about what happens when you. I ain't asking my girl what happens when she went to Jamaica. I know them dudes in Jamaica bigger than me. I know them dudes in Jamaica got like 13 abs and be, dirty wine. So I don't care because she
dirty wine.
So are you saying you don't have to care if your woman cheating on you because your dick is small? Your sex is bad?
No,
What
my
did
dick
you
is
say?
smaller.
Smaller.
First off, I'm a strong 8. I'm a strong 8. But I'm saying in Jamaica, come on, them dudes is like they shits is like by their toes and shit.
I get what you're
like,
saying. You're saying, listen, like there's others out there that are more well endowed.
I don't for 1 second think that I'm like the best fuck that a woman's gonna like. Whatever, like I'm 39. I ain't got time for all that. Like I got Tekken to play. I got Red Dead Redemption. I'm trying to finish. Like with the world, but I think it's very logical to realize that a woman can, and if she wants to, can have that experience. Just like I might want to go have that experience with like 2 Brazilian girls. Like, so let me go have that moment. Let me go have that break. And then I come back and do this relationship shit and listen to your boring ass stories. And you listen to my boring ass jokes. And we raise these snotty nosed kids. But I think it's important to take breaks where you kind of both get reminded, like, yo, I'm the shit. And you can remember as a woman, like, yo, I'm the shit. And then you can, and if you're really on your shit and really can have real conversations. I'll tell you, you heard at 39, and I've been all around the world bartending. I got tips to say I am the shit. So go figure.
You a wild boy. Chris, what are we talking?
That was so funny. It's always a pleasure. Oh my goodness.
I get the point, but that's
taking a break from relationship work. Yeah, it definitely can work.
It can work?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. There are ways to do it. I think Sumaje was saying like people cheat. If you decide to take a break for whatever reason, you can put in certain restrictions. Like we're taking a break from each other, but we're not seeing other people. But it's up to that couple. But yeah, it can definitely work. Even when it comes to like, there are a lot of women who date men for many, many years, like 8 years, and the man's like, oh, I'll marry you. And she never gets that proposal, she never gets that wedding. And one thing that dating coaches or femininity coaches will tell them is walk away, tell them, maybe we don't want the same thing. I'm gonna move out. But if you figure things out, let me know. But I'm gonna go do my own thing. But I don't think, we want the same things anymore. And oftentimes the men come to them and they say, actually, no, I'm ready. And And so I think it can definitely be used strategically in a positive way. Not like an ultimatum, like either you marry me or I'm gone, but as simple as we're not the same person, I'm going to step away and we'll figure things out later. I think it can work.
Okay. I think I know where John's gonna go already.
No, you don't.
Let's go there, John.
They will work.
They will work.
Yeah, it's not for me. You tell me
What
to
a
take a
code.
break.
Okay.
We broke.
Okay.
We gone. We out of this bitch. I'm out. I'm done. You don't want to take a break with me. To me,
all right. So
I got
less
a
for
pass.
you, less for you, and more for every. Like if we're making it, we're gonna make it a blanket statement in general. Can taking a break from a relationship work?
Yep. It depends on the dynamics of the relationship. It depends on the situation, bro. All right, so like if you're gonna take a break from a relationship, I'm kind of with like Bloom and Ebony said. You need to define it. You need to define what this is. Now, this is where it cannot work, right? If you're asking this person, if you want to take a break because you're expecting this person to just somehow change or something like that, they're gonna do that better with communication and they're more willing to do it. If wait. If you want this person, if you can define how you want them to evolve, if you can define how you want them to evolve, taking a break will work, because it goes back to the important concept. If I remove this away, then that's gonna motivate you. Because if I'm here and you just experienced me, what is that? I just gave you the definition of this earlier today. It's called satiation. It works with drugs. It works with any type of, it works. It just works. Behavioral manipulation, it works. If you have it, if it's in abundance, you are not willing to work for it. You're not willing to do anything for it. That's why relationships, people become complacent. I'm going to get the pussy. So why do I have to be creative? Why do I have to be romantic? I don't have to be romantic. I just fucked you last night. Why am I going to take you on an extravagant dinner today? I've got what I want. I've been reinforced. I'm good right now. Now, if you don't fucking fuck me for about 3 or 4 weeks, she mad. She big mad. I might need to spice this up a little bit. I've been listening to what she said she wanted. Hey, boo, guess what I did? What? I booked that cruise you've been talking about going. I booked it for 2 weeks through the Bahamas. You did? Yeah. Oh, she excited now. Guess we're finna get something tonight. Because she removed herself from his ass for several weeks. So now he's motivated to be romantic. He's motivated to work. So yeah, it can work. Now, does it work for everybody? No, it don't work for everybody. Can it work? Yeah, it can work. I don't like it for me. And I don't like it for me. But when I look at it from a therapeutic standpoint, yeah, it absolutely can work. So I agree with what the
my first thought on that was why is it that there's a problem so big that you guys can't confront it right there and then, or you can't step away from each other for at least 3 hours, 5 hours, and then come back and revisit it? Like what does it need to be? Okay, I just don't need to see you within my vicinity for a week before I can, or a month, or whatever, however long. But I don't need to see you in my vicinity before I can finally come to a decision on what I want to do moving forward. Like, why does it need to get to that point? If it gets to that point, you probably just shouldn't be in what you're in. Because I'm more with Danielle. Like, you guys, if you need we need to separate completely. Why the hell are you guys together? Like, what are you salvaging? If it's so bad that you can't be in a physical place together, you need time apart from that, and then let's come back and revisit. It's gonna keep happening over and over. There's something there that's not being addressed.
Not always, sir. A lot of times when you have a good, do you gamble? Do you play blackjack or anything?
I'm not a gambling man.
Okay. Well, sometimes you go on a really good run. Okay. Well, I make money with blackjack. It's very important sometimes to have your run and take your break happily, rather than sit there and before it gets bad and then try to take a break. You're trying to recoup. I think a lot of times in relationships, it's important to take a break when things are good. To like, okay, this is. I think we spend so much time with each other that we have been spending way more time than we've spent around each other than our grandparents ever did. And honestly, if you look at how Native Americans used to run like villages, like real talk, men are not supposed to be in the vicinity of women the way that we are today. So I think breaks are important when things are good, and breaks are important when things are bad. It's very important to have breaks so we can miss each other. It's very important when a woman misses you, that energy when she misses you, when she comes in, it's magical. But the moment you start to kind of like, hey, why is you should do? Okay, you can go ahead and go. Go ahead and go away until you miss me again. And then once you miss me, then come right back with that energy. I think that's a very logical and amazing energy to abreast to. And same for women.
Well, but if we're talking, if you're in a relationship, like, isn't it just setting healthy barriers? Like, okay, I'm gonna take a week vacation by myself sometime. Okay, I'm gonna go out with the boys. I'm going to do this. You don't think that those are good recharge enough time? You think a break is something that is necessary to have that alone time? Like, you think this relationship needs to get to a point where we both cannot be in the same place at the same time for it to finally become okay? Like, that's where I don't agree with this. I don't agree with the fact that it's like a break is needed. I think you guys should both have a healthy amount of like vacation time, healthy amount of alone time, but a break, I don't know. I don't
healthy amount of me time.
Go, John.
Listen, man. Okay, now you're gonna get to see how I feel about this shit. When you start putting that into the context, what I was talking about was that there was a problematic behavior that needed to change, that could change, that didn't define them as a person. It wasn't a part of who they were. It was just something that was a behavior that could change, right? Now, when you go to talking about how you feel about being by you, you need to ask yourself, are you even ready for a relationship? Because when you get with the right person, that is your friend. That's your homegirl. That's your yeah. You feel me? You should be able to go and to work, and that's a fucking up. Like, matter of fact, real talk, even after years, you can miss this motherfucker just by being at work. Because 8 hours is a long goddamn time. And if you go 8 hours you go 8 hours, you don't miss this bitch. You go to sleep for 8 hours, you don't miss this motherfucker. How much goddamn time you need to your fucking self? You was sleeping by your goddamn self. You sleep, nigga. Oh, so what? She might have a booty on you, her leg on you, nigga. You are asleep. When you hit REM, you don't know what she had on you or in your mouth. You all right? But you at work for 8 hours. Why are you with this bitch? Like, you don't want to be with this motherfucker. You get 2 days off. So you mean to fucking tell me, out of a whole fucking week, nigga, you believe 48 hours to 60 something hours is enough time for you to spend with her? That's it. That's all. Like, people be thinking like when you're in a relationship, y'all spend every fucking waking moment with each other.
More than enough time. That is more than enough time.
If there's more than enough time, hey, I salute. But I know for a personal experience, it ain't enough time.
I got art to make, I got videos to create. I got shit to do.
Right, you too busy for a relationship.
A woman doesn't have to be your entertainment. A woman doesn't have to be that person for you. A woman can essentially do what she's doing, and when she wants to give you that positive energy, that green light, come into my bubble and let's make magic. But when it's something else, in a healthy relationship, a woman was built on this earth to be a helpmeet. If I'm making videos or whatever this time, that is all the way true. What the hell? I'm not going to agree with you on that. A woman was built to be a helpmeet. A woman was built to be a helpmeet. Hey, a woman was built to be a fucking helpmeet. No, a woman has on this earth to you can't tell me my role on this earth is to provide for some woman. Just like you can't tell a woman that her role is to help me for some man.
And I will tell her that.
I can build myself into whatever man I really want to be and find my purpose.
Okay.
And a woman has to have the exact same.
I got you. Let me see you make a baby by your damn self then. Let me see you do that. Let me tell you something. Men don't go with fucking men. Women don't go with fucking women.
He hasn't
Men can't go with fucking men. Women don't go with men. Do not match men. Women don't match women. Fucking period. And a man belongs with a woman, and they are both most fucking balanced and happy with each other. Period. All that homosexual bullshit is just a fucking. But that is a fetish. A sexual fetish is not even real.
Who said anything homosexual, sir?
I'm just telling. I'm making a point. Men are supposed to be with a woman, and a woman is supposed to be with a man because she was born on this earth. Her role was defined. If any woman look down, she gonna look left and right. She gonna see these two knots. Them fucking knots define her role. She's a mother. She's a fucking nurturer. She bears children. That's her fucking role. Your job.
So if a woman or a child can never wait, hold up. So if a woman can't bear children for some reason, let's say a woman can't bear children. As a man, you can't.
Man. That's less than 1%.
It's actually not. It's actually not. You realize 50% of men on this planet don't procreate, correct? 50% of the men on this global planet do not have a child. Does that make sense to you?
In ages 20 to fucking 19, 10 to 20. Because the
men
average black man have at least 3 fucking kids.
The average?
That's bull fucking shit. The average black man does not have 3 fucking kids. Man, where are you coming up with this?
Out of here.
The average black man has 3 kids. Where?
What the fuck? So you don't have no religion?
Yes. Wait, did you say, do I have no religion?
I asked you, so you don't have no religion?
I have plenty of religions.
No. Are you anything?
Okay. What's the question?
What are you?
I am everything. No, what's the question?
So you have no religion.
I studied
out. Okay.
Okay, does that make it easier for you to think that I have no religion? Just because I've studied
I'm just listening to you speak.
All my life?
And I just asked a question.
Okay.
I was just curious.
I think you were looking for an answer in my answer, but sure, go ahead. If that gives you some type of now, yeah, I have 0 religions. Everybody is equally wrong.
No, I'm just trying to wrap my head around how you think. And to not have a religion or a moral compass that's bigger than you, I understand you. And so I'm just saying, okay.
Did I once say I didn't have a moral compass, or I didn't say anything religion?
No, I said
you're
that.
coming up with a conclusion.
If you don't have a religion, then you don't. To me, that's just my opinion.
What does it mean to have religion? What are you truly trying to ask me? Was I raised on a reservation?
Are you Jewish? Do you have a religion? That's what it means. And I was asking.
Studying Native American. Okay, yes, I'm religious. I love the ideas of religion.
I didn't ask you if are you religious? Are you Muslim? Are you Christian?
No.
Are you Jewish? Do you have a religion?
No.
And you said no, and I said, okay. I understand you now. I can wrap my brain around how you think now. I said, okay.
Okay, you got me figured out? Perfect.
No, I don't have you figured out. I don't have to figure you out. That's not what I'm doing. I just understand
because
that you just don't make sense because you don't have a moral compass that makes sense.
Now you can wrap it. Bull fucking shit, I don't have a moral compass. I have a humongous moral compass. I've brought up alchemy like 4 times in this conversation. Do you don't think alchemy is a religion?
I just named the 3 religions.
There's way more than 3 religions. What are you talking? The religion? What the fuck are you talking about? The 3 religions?
Yeah.
There's a billion people on this planet who study Tao, Buddhism, and other religions.
Just because a person studies something don't make it a religion, baby. You can call something that.
Why? Okay, so why is Buddhism or Tao not a religion? Why is Buddhism or Tao or anything that Native Americans practice not a religion?
So the 3 religions are the ones that came from the Creator, and those are the 3 I named. And anything outside of that aren't that. That all three
So
of
what
those have
happens? So you're
holy
saying
books that
all
came from God.
Asian people?
When God defined us,
all
He is our
Asian people
creator, so
have
He
religion.
defines how we live. And if they didn't come from those three books, those three religions, then those aren't religions to me. I'm not trying to tell you how to
Okay.
think. I'm telling you how I think.
No, I'm literally
And so when I
listening to the
asked my
words that you're
question and you
saying,
answered it
and
how
you
you
brought
did, then I said, okay.
Okay. The three religions, everything outside of those three religions needs to kind of be okay. That leaves out a whole sector of billions of people. And fine, if that's the way you want to
hell
do
is
it,
going to be very crowded,
also
sir.
fine.
Okay.
So wow, so those people go to hell just because they were born in a certain situation? Wow, really? So natives, Asians, anyone that's not Jewish, Muslim, or
What
Christian.
the funk?
Wow.
Hold on.
No, I'm not saying what the funk shit she is.
No, I'm saying hold on. I'm saying hold on. If you're just tuning in, welcome CKQ. Hit that like button. We have a great conversation going on right now. We are an hour and a half over the playtime. So this will be the last little thing, and then we'll be calling it a night. So what the funk? Close this out. What were you saying? And then also, I'm pretty sure I can see on John's eyebrows that he's got his answers that he wants.
I just want to say that there's knowledge to be learned in all types of religions. There's knowledge to be learned with people who are not, and especially in our community. I think that it would be very beneficial for us to learn from Amish religion, from Mormon, from all people came from Africa. All man has come from Africa. We've all lost our original tones and original messages. So it maybe makes sense for all of us to learn from all religions and take 15% out of all of them, or whichever points kind of work for us to make a better code. There is essentially amazing things in all religions, and there's a lot of bullshit in all religions. It makes more sense to study all of them and put together your own moral compass that works for you, that kind of gets you on your purpose and puts you on a path where you're doing great things. For you to completely just, oh, well, those people go to hell because they didn't read this book or they didn't come from this book, it's very close-minded. But again, that's what we've been going against for the entirety of time, is those three religions get a monopoly on what the whole world gets to see and say.
Okay.
I actually thought you were going to be deeper than that.
John, did you find your data?
Hell yeah. 32% of black men have multiple children outside the ones that they have in their family. So inside the black family, the average black male inside a black family has 2.5 kids. You can't have half a fucking kid. So I'm going to round up to fucking 3. And of those fucking men, 32% of them have children that ain't got nothing to do with that relationship that they in, man. And I knew the number was going to be high because I know too many niggas. I can know niggas, black dudes has got 15 and 20 fucking kids. My uncle got 8 kids. I got motherfucking 3 boys.
Okay.
Black men.
Please post that link because legitimately, please post the link because legitimately most men die without procreating. Most black
I don't know where you got that.
You want to do it by America?
I don't know where you got your number from.
Like I said,
America.
Link because most men are not
no other country.
Black men are not procreating to the extent that you are really thinking they are. The average black man is not even making that.
Okay, so let me ask you this.
Hold on. We are going to put a tab in this, and we're going to come back to this next week. This is going to be next week, the start of the next week's topic. We're going to continue with this.
You going to be able to come on with the phone?
Possibly.
What the fuck? Can you make it back on?
Next week. Can you make it?
Next week, this day?
Yes.
Yeah.
8:30 p.m. Eastern. Awesome. I'm definitely looking forward to it. Say that again?
Only if my sister's keeper wants me back.
She can stomach it.
Well, you got both of them. I mean, not one, but both people. She'll be a hot.
I'm my sister's keeper.
No, I'm not hot no more.
Yes, I am.
Hot no more.
Listen,
No.
guys. We're gonna close out the panel. All right. It's been an amazing night. It's been an extremely fun night. What the funk? After the live hangout in the back room, we're gonna chat a little bit, exchange information. So let's what the funk? Introduce yourself to the panel.
Really? All right. Oh yeah, look at my channel. I keep forgetting to tell people I have an actual channel. That's it.
Oh, okay.
That's
Your Instagram? No, nothing. No Instagram. Nothing like that.
Oh yeah. Jason Washington. Channel is What the Funk, and yeah, I'm all about spreading the funk junk. So I do my radio show after my birthday, when I turn 40 on January 6th. And once I get my radio show started, it's gonna get really crazy.
January 6th. Okay. Well, we're looking forward to it. We're looking forward to seeing you next week to keep this conversation going. John, I know you were really holding on to that information. You wanted to punch him with it, but you got to save that for next week, man.
Cool. So you can find me on Black Wall Street Trading LLC. And you can also find me on behavioral_consultant on Instagram. Very unapologetic. Just know that.
We got Chris.
Hello, my name is Chris. You guys can follow me on YouTube at The Blooming Ebony and also on Instagram at The Blooming Ebony. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to CKQ Podcast. This was wild.
That was wild.
Oh my goodness, it was so funny. I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I did.
Last but not least, we got my sister's keeper, Danielle.
Hi, my name's Danielle. You can find me on Instagram at Fly Nurse Mom Wife and on Instagram at My Sister's Keeper. And to Madre, religion for me has everything to do with everything, because in those books, our Creator gave us instructions for life. And so anything that you're trying to do in your life, if you actually study those books, you will have the answer to any question that you have on how to live any part of your life. So for me, that is why I asked that question. And it's not that I don't respect anyone. It's just that listening to him talk was giving me a headache. And so I just needed to ease my headache and figure out where he was coming from. And to figure out that where he was coming from was from his own self just gave me peace. So yeah.
Preaching. Danielle, preaching. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been an amazing panel. Thank you for watching us. Thank you for listen. Chat section, you guys have been amazing. To Madre, Japrice, Ms. D, the High Value Nurse, Neek, Madison hopped in there. I saw E Black in there. Knowledge of Relationships. Honestly, Maine, Levy, thank every single one of you for keeping the comment section alive. You know, going back and forth. This has been a great topic. This has been a great conversation with everyone on the panel and with you guys. So thank you all for coming out, and good night, peace, and hair grease.
Beard.
If we're doing everything right, I think we should be vetting our wives. Like go to their parents, go to their father.
They know they shouldn't have let me start speaking my mind in the booth. Start speaking the truth. Might get shot.
I think you're just saying, okay, actions have consequences, and I'm not going to support this person's actions. Like, you don't have to cancel them and say, like, I'm never, I hate you.
Innocent lives have to die.
But the whole thing is me and her, I also. That man was on the other side doing the exact same thing, and his decision with his eyes was to walk away.
Inside your soul.
Now we can paint the perfect picture without belittling each other. Cause under God's system,
we are equipped to handle that responsibility. But not every man is fit to handle that responsibility.
I done seen Flint, Michigan,
and it's just being
cities. They pissing in project buildings that got a roof that leaks, resulting in missing ceilings. Hard to sleep. Children going to schools dealing issues deep.
So I think society does make it more difficult for short men, but I don't think that it's impossible that they could find someone.
And instructing you to do your part. It ain't hard to see they trying to keep black in the back, just like Rosa Parks. Cops shooting blacks as if they get a token from God. School rob you with needed resources.
As the weaker vessel and the more vulnerable
Absolutely.
That's-
100%.
You don't look at the man like, oh, poor son, you were violated. No, you like, bruh.
And nobody.
They shift my stick like some cars. And when you're lonely in your darkest thoughts, come, I know it's hard, but God shines his light on all that play their part. And it's the start.
Put myself in a situation where I can only rely on a man. Like if I'm married and being a stay-at-home mom, I need to have a backup in case anything happens. I can't only rely on him. You know what I'm saying?
A flower will grow once you plant the seed inside your soul.
See, I'm a poet, and the best part of me shows it. Here to speak the message of what is known, but not what it takes to expose it. Listen